And so this is just gonna be our honest opinions, reviews. This is gonna be a review of the Batman, Matt Reeves' Batman, and we're gonna give our opinions. There's gonna be spoilers, so just if you guys are listening, there's gonna be spoilers. We're gonna talk about everything and anything. But yeah, you got your warning. I'm gonna pass it to Javi. Javi's gonna explain our ranking system that we're gonna have. So Jav, you can take it away.
All right. So basically, while doing the Heat Vision podcast, occasionally we're going to talk about movies, TV shows, video games, and pretty much anything that comes to mind. And for the majority of those topics, we're going to rank them. And we thought about a couple of ideas, try to come up with creative ranking systems. We came to the conclusion that maybe it's just a little too complicated, so we're going to go with the basic 0 through 10 scale. 5, which is like the middle of the ranking system, means that you're indifferent. So you're just kind of like, you don't love it, you don't hate it, you're kind of just like indifferent about whatever the topic is about. Anything before 5, which is 0 through 4, are different levels of how much you didn't like whatever it is we're talking about. Anything above 5 through 10 is different levels of how much you liked / loved the topic that we're talking about.
And 10 being perfect.
So 0 being worst thing ever, and 10 being the best thing ever. And 5 again, you're just kind of like in the middle. You're just kind of like, I'm indifferent. I'm just kind of whatever about it.
So yeah, well, that's a well done. That's a great explanation, man. I don't know how he does, man. He's an amazing fucking speaker. So yeah, we're gonna start it off with, I guess, how. I guess should we just jump into spoilers, what we thought, or do you want to just maybe go around and talk about like maybe what was your favorite parts, or what do you think?
I think we should do it in topics. So let's choose a specific topic about what we want to talk about the Batman, and then give our thoughts about it. And actually, there's one topic I have in mind, because the movie came out I want to say 2-3 weeks ago now, 2 weeks ago, something like that. Yeah. And surprisingly, maybe I should say not surprisingly, depending on who's listening to the podcast, but since the movie's come out, I have seen a lot of people, both in person and in social media, people are very half and half. They're very torn about the movie. And I've heard both sides, and I understand where both sides are kind of coming from. Obviously, we have our own opinions, but one big topic that everyone wants to talk about.
So sorry to cut you off. If you could mention those things, because
we'll bring them up.
Because I know that they're half and half, but I don't know their reason of those people who say, it wasn't that good.
Right.
So if you could fill us in on that.
I got you. But I'll definitely bring that up. But one topic that I want to jump into, one that I want to talk about and go into detail, I want to get your guys' thoughts, because it's the one thing that I've heard people complain the most about this movie. And I have some things to say about it. I obviously have my own opinions, but I want to get your guys' thoughts as what you guys thought about Robert Pattinson, his portrayal as Bruce Wayne / Batman.
Okay.
So, do you want me to go first, or you guys want to go?
I'll go first.
Go ahead, bro.
When the news came, right, that he was gonna be the Batman,
I was shocked.
Me too.
I was like, really?
If anything, I was questioning it. I was skeptical. I was like, no, not another DC movie is gonna flop, right? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, bro, it's fucking the dude from Twilight, and I know he's been in other shit, but that's all I know him from,
True.
So I was like, fuck, dude, no way. So I was really skeptical, man. But then the trailer drops, and I see the trailer, and honestly,
that trailer dropped 2 years ago, by the way. Usually trailers come out like less than a year, or maybe a year before the movie comes out.
Yeah.
That trailer came out 2 years before the movie came out.
That's crazy as fuck.
So 2 years of anticipation. That's what fans had waited for.
When I saw that trailer, I was shocked, because that whole he's just the fucking boy from Twilight was out of my mind. Like, there was moments where I didn't recognize him. I was like, oh shit, like, what the fuck? And I think when I seen the trailer, I was like, yo, like, this dude, I recognize him as in like I wasn't expecting him to act or portray Batman like this way. I don't know how to explain it, right? I didn't think he was gonna do a good job, and from the trailer I could see him, oh shit, I think I see potential, And when I saw the film, I was like impressed, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I was impressed. I was like, yo, this, and it's funny enough because I've told you guys this. Pattinson, he's my new Batman. That's how impressed and that's how good I thought. He's my new fucking Batman. I'm sorry, you know what I mean. Shout out to the Dark Knight, right? I fucking that Dark Knight was, I love it, right? But this Batman is what made me, and Pattinson just did a good job. You know what I mean? I just that's my opinion, you know. And now that you say that other people say, oh no, like I guess I'm assuming people didn't like him.
So I'll get into specifics.
Okay.
At least from what I've heard, both on the internet, like social media, and
Right.
I've actually had people tell me, like at work in person,
Yeah.
like I went to go see Batman, bro.
No.
I didn't like Robert Pattinson as Batman.
Wow.
I was like, wait, why not? Like I liked it. It was
Yeah.
good, bro. What you mean? No, man, I didn't like how he played Bruce Wayne. I go, well, what do you mean? He's
Okay.
man, this just motherfucker was always acting emo and shit. Like motherfucker was quiet during the fucking funeral. Motherfucker had his
Alright.
hair to the front.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If that's your
Maybe that's why I related with him. Because I'm emo as fuck. I'll play it. No, I'll play it. But yeah.
But I've actually told my friend this in person. Like I had a person who was
shit.
telling me this.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like,
yeah.
I just didn't like how he was acting. I have one friend specifically who was like, I didn't like how he was acting emo. Like he didn't want to go to no fucking meeting with people like in the board and shit. Because I feel like Bruce Wayne would be like, fuck that. I'm gonna show off to these people. Like I'm gonna go to this fucking meeting, and all this shit. And he's telling me this, and I go, Gabe, you've never read a Batman comic ever in your life, have you? He goes, nah, bro. I go, well, that explains it, because that's not how
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne's supposed to act. I don't know why you think he out here flossing on motherfuckers. That's not Bruce Wayne, dude. That's not how he is. The way that Robert Pattinson played Bruce Wayne, to me personally, has been the most accurate Bruce Wayne I've seen on screen.
You know, I could see what he's talking about. Bruce Wayne is not like that. He's not like what you said. He's like flaunting and all that stuff. But he is obviously like the older Bruce Wayne. He's confident. You know what I mean? Like if he needs to go to a gathering or whatever, you know, he's there, classy, whatnot. But as well, he's not like oh, super talkative. Yo, what's going on? Like you know what I
Right.
mean? He's not like that. But I can kind of see what he's talking about. Like, oh, I think what he meant is that he just wanted him to seem more like confident. You know what I mean? And less like look socially awkward. Does that make sense? I feel like
Yeah.
that's just how I'm taking it. I feel like that's what he meant.
Probably.
But I'm not sure. Denny, what do you think, bro? What do you think about Pattinson's
When
Batman?
I first casted him.
Yeah, what were your thoughts?
Anything.
Anything.
When I heard that he was the actor who was playing Bruce Wayne / Batman, I'm gonna be honest with you, just like you, Hector, I thought the same thing. Like, bro, they got Twilight Vampire Boy to play the
real
Batman.
character.
And
I knew Danny
at
would feel that
first,
way.
I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna bluff with y'all, folks. I actually sat and watched the Twilight movies. Growing up, I've seen them. I'm gonna be real, and
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna be
think-
real with y'all.
I think I've seen a
You
few
know,
when I was young. Yeah.
I mean, I haven't read the books, but
Nah,
I like
nah.
I like how he played, as Edward Collins.
I didn't even know his last name.
I like how he played as.
All I know is Team Edward and
But,
Team Jacob.
Jacob. But I don't know. It did come to me as a shock, but I was like, you know what? I'll give him a try. Even though to me, my Batman still is Christian Bale. It's not right. The only reason I say that is because, like you, Javi, that friend that was like complaining because he wasn't like Bruce Wayne or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that a lot of people are missing the point that this is Batman year 2.
Yep.
He's only been doing this
Yep.
for 2 years.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we'll elaborate and we'll get into the rest of all that once everybody.
He's
gives their-
learning how to become Batman
Yeah.
and ultimately finding himself.
Right.
You know, he's still at that stage
So-
of finding himself and becoming the Bruce Wayne that we all
Yeah,
know and love from the comics.
Exactly. I feel like it's not Bruce Wayne trying to be Batman. It's Batman trying to be Bruce Wayne. Just because his head is so
Yup.
into.
That's
into
I actually love the
Batman.
way you said that. Yeah,
Just
yeah,
because
I agree
his
with
mindset is so into being the Batman. That's his identity.
that. He
Where I
lost
don't-
himself.
Yeah, he lost
His
himself.
new identity
into-
at right here is the
Yep.
Batman.
So I feel like he takes on that emo, I guess, like quote unquote.
Dude, I fucking love it. Man.
like what?
I love it, man. I love it.
Oh,
Well, I love
you said
him.
something else. No,
I love him too.
But you said you love me. I was like, what?
Oh, I love you too.
Love you
It's
too.
all love here on this
And
podcast.
no, but yeah, that's my take on it. I was genuinely surprised. I love what he did. I just still think right now Christian Bale is my Batman, only because
Yeah,
I saw his trilogy. Thanks to Hav.
No, it's
But I do gotta also keep in mind that this is Batman year 2, and the future for him is looking very bright.
I hope this is a perfect opportunity to see character development.
Yep.
With Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I really hope they don't fumble the bag. I would like to see him grow and become the Bruce Wayne from the comic books that we know. You know what I mean? So I'm really excited about that. And like you said, right, the trilogy of that Batman, Christian Bale, and it's like I know it. Like obviously before this movie, that trilogy was my favorite. Right, that's the one. That's the only Batman that I liked.
That we had.
Right. And
I mean, I guess you could count the old ones like from the 90s,
yeah,
but
I don't like those. I didn't
I've
like
seen
them.
them.
I didn't like
And
them.
they're like fine. They're not really.
Yeah, nah, I didn't like them.
I mean, I don't really like.
And
those
Ben
Batman.
Affleck, I don't want to talk about that guy. Like no offense, but I just.
We'll get on him later, but let's hear what Mario has to say about his reaction.
But yeah, go ahead, Mario.
Well, my thoughts are basically the same as y'all. When I first heard about it, I went to my sister and I was like, "You're fucking Twilight motherfuckers. My Batman is gonna ruin everything." Dude, I feel like I'll admit this. My sister loved him from the beginning. She's like, "What do you mean?" Obviously, because she loved Twilight.
Yeah.
Now I'm just like, man, I hate you.
Uh-huh.
He's gonna ruin DC for me again. But
I feel that's what everyone's initial thought was.
But I'll be honest with you. When I saw the trailer, that's what he didn't fully.
was the selling
the first
point.
trailer didn't fully flip me.
Really?
I was still questioning. I'm like, you know what? I'm leaning towards okay. I might be able to accept this. It wasn't until I forgot what trailer it was when they showed that fight scene. Remember when he gets off the elevator and the only light you see are from the
it's
guns?
bullets.
Oh,
that
yeah,
one.
yeah,
Once
yeah.
I
That
saw that,
fucking-
I'm like, all right,
That
has
scene's
me.
lit, bro.
I
That
saw that. I'm
scene's
like,
lit.
okay.
That fucking scene.
I
was
can
so
see him
cool.
as Batman. I no longer see him as Twilight. He's no longer a vampire to me.
I don't know, bro.
But
when I saw that first trailer, that's what flipped me.
no, I
Yeah,
wasn't fully
It was the
convinced.
first trailer. That's when it flipped me.
I'm with
Because my
Mario.
thing is like, when you hear news about a movie coming out and you hear something, you're like, like that does. I don't know how I feel about that. But what I need is a trailer, and I need to see how it looks on the trailer. Because that's how it's going to look like in the movie. And then I'll see if it sells me or not. And when that first trailer hit, again, came out like 2 years ago. Came out during DC Fandom. The first one that they did that year. The moment when Jim Gordon, he's like, any of this means anything to you? And it's like the card that says to the Batman. And you see Batman just there in his suit. I was like, whoa, like that's Robert Pattinson? What the fuck? And you see him in like when he's like riding the motorcycle and he's like, he's overlooking the city. And that the glorious scene at the end. It was like, who the hell are you? And he goes, he just fucking whoops this motherfucker up like it's the Arkham games. Hard as fuck. I'm like, this is gonna fucking rock. This fucking Batman's gonna be lit.
And the way you said it, that's what I meant. That I didn't recognize him when I saw him. I was like what you said. This is Pattinson right now. That's what I meant. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? This dude, like, I'm not expecting this. Like, he looks raw as shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I was like, I gotta hear him talk because if he's gonna come out with a weird ass voice or some shit, like, I really hope he doesn't. So he's like, who the hell are you? And he beats up the dude and he goes, I'm vengeance. I'm like, okay. If
that was pretty fucking good. That voice he just did.
If that's the voice he's gonna keep, it's gonna be cool.
It's not like it's not exaggerated, right? We're like,
It's not
like
he doesn't
vengeance.
he doesn't talk he doesn't talk low he doesn't talk low. He doesn't have a voice modifier.
Yeah, like-
He just kind of like talks in a like low whispery voice. And then when he gets like more intense, he just talks like louder, but in the same kind of like I guess tone, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I fuck with Christian Bale. Don't get me wrong, and those movies are great.
Hell
And
yeah.
the first Batman movie,
Yeah.
Christian Bale's Batman voice was perfect. Was spot on.
Listen
I
to
loved
this.
it. But for some whatever fucking reason,
I agree with
in the
this.
second movie and the third, he changed the way he talked in his Batman voice.
Yep.
I
And
noticed that too.
we've all heard the jokes. This motherfucker
Yup.
has throat cancer. This motherfucker talking with a snarl, and it's like, to me, like personally, yeah, I agree. Like, why did he change the voice? Why does he? He's like, a hero can be anyone. Even someone.
What the fuck?
Alfred, give me the Batmobile. Like, what, bro? Fuck out of here, dude.
I'll be honest.
So when
yeah.
Pattinson talked, I'm like, dude, I really hope it doesn't have
That's
a
what I'm-
trash ass voice. And now when he talked, I'm like, okay, this Batman voice is fucking lit because it sounds
Yup.
natural. It doesn't sound like he's trying so hard to change it. Like it just sounds
Right.
like him. You know, I don't know how to sound like how else to explain it. It just sounds like it sounded more
Yeah.
natural.
Hell yeah, it wasn't forced. Like the way you
Yeah,
said it.
dude. I don't like. I just
Yeah,
on-
those
I was
like I said,
bro.
that trilogy, man. It's like you said, right? It's the only Batman technically, right?
Right.
If you're not including the other ones, right?
Yeah.
It's they're good movies, but it's just like what you said. If nitpicking, his voice changed for whatever reason. Maybe the director was like, "Yo, man, maybe I don't know, change it up. You don't sound that Batman." It's like, what the fuck? But whatever, man. Either way, I still like the movies, but I'm just saying, Pattinson, bro, he's my new Batman, dude. Like it's just. It is.
So-
I'll just say
go ahead.
this.
Yeah, go on, Mario.
I wouldn't say that he's my new Batman.
Wow,
Not yet.
who?
Not yet.
Who?
I gotta see another movie.
Who's yours?
What's Danny? What's his name?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
From
The Dark Knight.
He's
The Dark
still
Knight
it, but
trilogy.
I'm saying he can become my new Batman. This
So-
movie was a very good first step. It's just I gotta see it's not just a one hit thing.
Thank you. So that's
I gotta
me.
see-
That's
I gotta
actually
see another
me.
one.
So
I gotta see
so
another one.
I'm,
Alright.
I
I'm,
like
I'm-
that. I do like
So
that.
that's me actually, and I was just about to say that. I didn't know that was what Mario was gonna say, but I'm the same way as him. Pattinson.
Okay.
I can already tell, and I've seen the movie twice. I've had some time to think about the movie, like
I've seen it
let
twice as
sink
well.
in and stuff. Pattinson is very well on the path of becoming my new Batman. Like I'm almost
Okay,
convinced
yeah.
that he could be, but I don't want to make the jump. I don't want to say he's my new Batman. I don't want to make that jump because we've only had one movie and
You're
there's
right.
still a trilogy that needs to be completed.
You're right.
There's still 2 and there's still 3. And like Mario, I feel like I need to see the next movie. Now, granted, just to get off topic for a little bit, even after the Batman movie came out, we got that recently released deleted scene
From Joker,
with the Joker, which we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like just having a brand new scene with the Batman again, I still like just see him the way he stands there and he talks and the way he interacted with the Joker in the scene. Like it just makes me smile because it's like he's so good. Like I didn't expect it to be this good.
Right.
You know what I mean? But again, I feel like I need one more movie. I'd like to see how the sequel turns out. We don't know what the sequel may hold because, you know, we've had whispers and talks about what the movie might be. Like so and so said the sequel might have the Court of Owls as the villain. Obviously they teased Joker, so maybe Joker's going to be in the sequel. Someone else mentioned Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
So that might be a thing. So I don't know what the villain is, but I'd like to see how Batman will be in the next movie. Maybe there's a time jump.
Yeah.
Maybe it takes place some months or a year later. I hope not.
I hope there's not a huge time jump.
Right,
though.
because the way the movie ended was very like. First of all, I didn't expect the movie to end the way it did.
Yeah, me neither.
Cause like I thought it was
But
gonna
I
be
was
like,
like,
oh,
whatever.
like Batman's gonna like obviously win.
said, "I miss her."
He's gonna save the day and shit. But like,
I didn't get. Never mind.
No, you can say whatever. Just don't say crazy shit. What?
I was gonna say I didn't get to touch your ass.
Man, I didn't get a fuck. That bitch tripping. She got too many cats.
Let me take one of those lives.
oh fuck no.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go
But yeah, I just for me, bro, I still need to see one more movie.
No,
But
yeah.
he is close. Don't get me wrong. He's like this close.
It's
Hector.
a very good first.
Trust
step.
me, like he's on the path
Yeah.
to become my new Batman.
No,
I'm
yeah.
not saying nah, because you know what?
I-
I grew up on Christian Bale's movies, like nostalgia,
For
like
sure,
he's
bro.
my
For
definitive.
sure.
No, don't get me wrong. Anytime a
what you mean.
superhero or whatever you want to call it, whatever you want, whatever the thing may be, it's just that with superheroes, it happens more often. When something gets rebooted, when something gets remade,
Yeah.
like a lot of people, you know, tend to think comic book nerds, hardcore fans like us, we're very close-minded and we're very like against the idea because we love these portrayals. Don't change the actor. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
With me, I've always been open-minded. How many times has Spider-Man been rebooted?
Yeah.
And every time they did it, I was open-minded and I was like, let's see how it is. Will it be better than my Spider-Man, my favorite, which is Tobey Maguire? When I saw the Andrew Garfield movies, like I went open-minded. When I saw the Tom Holland, I went open-minded. You know what I mean? So I'm not even like, oh, Christian Bale's my definitive because nothing beats the OG. No, like I went into the Batman open-minded. Who knows? Maybe this one could be lit. And I walked out of the movie going, holy shit! Like, I actually will say this, and I don't know if you guys agree with me. Walking out of the Batman, I had this feeling that I was like, holy shit, this is the Batman movie I've been wanting to see my whole life. Because the Dark Knight trilogy, while good, very great trilogy, it's one of my favorite trilogies ever made, I always wondered, like, you know, because with comic books, there's so many different iterations, so many versions of a certain superhero.
So many.
Different dimensions, different worlds, different takes, different...
So many deaths.
Yeah, for real.
Different types of deaths.
You know what I mean?
Oh shit. Oh, we're good.
But for me, like, I've always been kind of curious to be like, what if we got a Batman who was more on the darker side? What if we saw a Batman where his Bruce Wayne was so broken and so traumatized by the death of his parents that he cannot let go of that trauma, that he cannot let go of that part of him, that just cannot be healed, and so he uses the Batman and uses like the trauma to fuel him as the Batman. Or like he wants to better this city to like better Gotham of all crime and stuff like that. Because he sees it as like oh, this city's like horrible, it's corrupt, blah blah blah, and I got to do something about it. But he goes about it in a more serious way, in a more darker way. Like I've wanted to see a Batman that went that route, and I'm like, I just had to accept the fact that it was never going to happen because Ben Affleck was Batman, and I felt like that's what they were going to keep going with, Ben Affleck's Batman. But then we got this Batman, and I was like, holy shit, they fucking did it. This is the Batman movie I've been wanting to see.
Yeah.
That's me personally.
Yeah, the way you guys just said it, like, oh, I gotta wait. It's just been one movie. When you, that really opened my eyes because I was so set. I'm like, yo, this is my Batman, and I feel like I'm taking to what y'all said into account. Like, that's true. We only seen him in one movie. What if the second movie is not good? What if they fumble the bag, right? You know what I mean? Or what if I don't know. Yeah, like I said, what if this is just like it's just this movie that's good? But I don't know. For some reason, man, I have.
Because we've had trilogies where the first one's good, and then the rest are trash. Where my Star Wars fans at?
Facts.
Me and Mario felt the hurt, and Danny.
Don't bring that up.
Oh yeah, Danny, you like Star Wars, Danny?
Yeah, I love Star Wars. Just don't bring that shit up.
Yeah, we'll obviously never
Make that shit
forgive.
legends.
We'll never forgive Disney for what the fuck they did to Star Wars.
But
you like you were saying.
I just have a feeling, Hav, that we're gonna get the trilogy that we wanted, bro.
That's
I just
what I
have
mean.
a gut feeling.
That's what I'm saying,
And
that's why I'm excited to see what the movies are.
I
Gonna
was
be
so
about.
impressed by the script of this movie.
Oh, dude,
the script of this movie.
this movie was more detective movie than it was action.
That's
superhero
one
movie.
thing I like.
That shit was lit,
and that's something
that
people
could be the next
complained
topic we
about
can
in the
talk about.
movie.
That's the
People
next topic we can
complained
talk
about
about.
that, right?
Okay.
That was something people
Yes,
complained. I'm just like,
a lot
how
of
are
people
you
were
gonna
like,
complain?
there wasn't a lot of action. It wasn't that fun,
You
and
wanna
it's
know
like,
what's
bro,
funny?
it was a mystery. It was a
Yeah.
detective movie. It was Batman figuring out the riddles, figuring out the clues.
You want to say
Shut up,
something?
Aradu, bro. But what's it called?
What happened?
Hell no.
But like, I liked that this movie. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not. I don't want people to twist my words and be like, and I don't want people to twist my words and mishear what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying I hate action in superhero movies.
No,
And that's not what I'm
of course
saying.
not, bro.
But I'm saying that it was cool to see a Batman movie that had action and had climax and had very climactic moments. But the fact that it was the detective angle that was fueling this movie, because the detective shit is what progressed the movie from one scene to one situation to the other. Even when like the one of like two scenes that we saw Batman out of costume as Bruce Wayne in public. Like, obviously he's talked with Alfred and shit, but in public, like in a public place. Even then, the detective angle was there when he went to the funeral, and the fucking car drives through the fucking funeral, and it's the dude with the fucking bomb in his neck, and it's like,
bro,
the clues just keep coming and shit.
Wait, Mario, was that what you're gonna mention? Were you gonna mention about that?
That scene?
No, by what he's talking about, by the detective, like
Well,
people hating it. Or what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say that with the Ben Affleck Batman, a complaint people had in that movie is that this is Batman. He's supposed to be a really good detective, but you see none of it in the movie.
Well, yeah.
And in this movie, you see it, and people complain about it. I'm just
Yeah,
like, bro,
well,
what
okay.
the fuck y'all on?
Okay, Batman. Obviously, he was his first appearance in Detective Comics. It's in the name. DC stands for Detective Comics. The series Detective Comics. That's where Batman made his first appearance, and it was stated that he is the best. He's the best detective in the world, right? And so So when I saw that this was going in the detective thriller type of route, right, I was excited. I'm like, oh shit. They're actually gonna make Batman into a detective, right? He's gonna figure this shit out. And obviously, we see some parts where maybe Batman, like near the end, where he doesn't solve everything, like
Like
right,
that.
right.
He doesn't solve everything in the first try.
Right, but
takes
this is
some time.
him. This is him becoming that. This is him becoming that detective, that best detective. This is still year 2.
Because what this movie, the vibe that this movie gave me was that I felt that this version of Batman didn't want to be a detective, obviously. He just became Batman to try to better Gotham City. He wanted to be its savior and try to make it a better city. All of a sudden, this fucking weirdo comes out of nowhere, this Riddler, leaving riddles and clues and ciphers and all this shit. And now he's like, fuck, now I gotta like do detective shit and I don't even know what the fuck. Yeah. Like he just so happened to be smart enough to know like the riddles, but he didn't know how to connect, A to B with certain things, like with the El Rata Alada.
Yeah.
Like with that whole thing, like that took a while for him to figure out what it finally meant. And by the way, just off side note, that whole reveal was super fucking cool. It was clever as shit. Because for half the movie, they're like, Rata Alada, what is that? It's like, oh, it's a fucking penguin. We gotta talk to the penguin. And it's like, no, it's a falcon. Like we gotta talk to Carmine Falcone. And I was like, oh shit! Like it was jumping in it, and that reveal when he's like, it's not a La Rata. He's teaching him Spanish. It's like he's like, what is this, Riddler stupid or something? Like that shit had me dying. Yeah. And it's like it's not La Rata, it's El Rata Alada. Blah blah. Like what is this fucking Riddler stupid? Blah blah blah. And then you see Batman thinking about it, and he's like, oh my god, what the fuck? And Jim Gordon's like, what? And he's like, you are El Rata Alada. And I'm like, oh. And he goes on the computer and he types rataalada.com. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah,
it was so clever and so smart. Right. All the shit, bro.
The script and the pacing was really well. I want to talk about like some other things that people were nitpicking, but I liked all the riddles, and I liked the riddles that eventually came to a conclusion, like where at the end of the movie you're like, oh, like put them into the lights, shit like that. But I think my favorite one was the very beginning. I really like that riddle. It's, what is a what
does a liar do when he's dead?
Yeah, when he's dead, is like he lies still, right? Yeah. I don't know why I like that shit. I was like, yo, that's raw as fuck. And that was a perfect introduction. And not even that, it was a perfect introduction when all you see is these goggles, right? This vision of like all you hear is like breathing and stalking his prey, right? Then all of a sudden you just see the Riddler in the shadows behind him, and he just gets on his ass and starts beating the fuck out. Like that was just the intro, and I was like, holy shit, they made this man into a menace. He taped them up like all like that. He wrote do you remember what he wrote? Did he write anything? No More Lies, right? And I just thought it was perfect. I'm not gonna lie, like the script and everything, even the I mentioned this to Javi a lot, even the cinematography. Every single shot, every single scene is so beautiful, bro. Like it's just, I don't know explain it, because when you watch all these other movies, of course, like there's those scenes, but I feel like the cinematography in this Batman, every single scene, to me was like art, man. It's like, holy shit, this looks amazing. There's not one scene where it's like, oh, like okay, whatever. Every scene stood out to me, and yeah, I really love the cinematography. And I wanted to say the pacing, right? I said the pacing, for me personally, I think the pacing was great. I wasn't like, whoa, this is long as fuck. It didn't feel like
3 hours long.
Right? But I've seen people, say that it was too long. People were saying, honestly, there were some scenes that were unnecessary, that could have been cut out or even shortened.
With me, bro, the thing is, when I came into it, I did look at my phone but here's why. I didn't know the movie was fucking 3 hours.
Neither did I.
I was just thinking, I'm like, bro, because I looked at my phone, I'm like, bro, shouldn't this movie be over already? Like, it's past 2 hours. And then until after, I was like, wait, this was a 3 hour long movie? I was like, oh shit, I didn't even realize that. But I only checked my phone that one time because I was like, bro, when's this movie ending? 'Cause I thought we were near the end, but we weren't. It was like kind of like the halfway point. And I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, I thought the pacing was great. I didn't mind the time either. It didn't feel long to me. Only reason it felt long to me is because I was shocked that I didn't know it was 3 hours.
Right.
I had no idea. I thought it was a regular hour and a half movie.
So what about you, Danny? What do you think about the pacing? Do you think it was too long? Do you think there were scenes that were unnecessary or scenes that could have been shortened?
Did the movie drag?
Like, what do you think?
I did hear about people said that people had their opinions where there were certain scenes that should have been, either cut or like shortened. And a lot of people were saying scenes with like Catwoman. Which,
what about those scenes?
This one person.
Well, don't put them on blast if you know who it is.
No,
Okay.
I saw it on Twitter. This one person on Twitter said that there was a particular scene with Catwoman it was a scene where it like showed her and like that like friend of hers that were in like their apartment.
and they were just
like,
talking.
Where she suits up?
Yeah, where she suits up. People were saying that wasn't necessary.
Why?
It was
Just stuff like that.
It wasn't necessary.
And I don't know. I didn't agree with none of that.
that.
I personally thought the movie was,
It was
it
necessary
was great.
because you get to see that Catwoman knows this person that Batman's looking for.
She really
and
cares about her.
And you see the distraught between her, meaning, oh my God, it gives the audience that there's something deeper. Mm-hmm. That's what it gives, that there's something deeper.
When he follows her to the mansion where she's trying to
Yeah.
crack the safe open,
Right.
that's why he goes to meet her there.
Exactly.
Because he wants to know, like, how do you know this girl? Like,
And the suit up. Sorry, I have to cut you off.
No.
But even the suit up, like, what do you mean? Like, you get to see her suit up, right? I don't understand how that's unnecessary. You get to see her suit up, climb out the window and not get in her bike, and
I don't know, man.
But
there was that, and then there was just a lot of people too saying that. I was seeing on social media, mainly on Twitter, where people were saying that I know that the Penguin obviously played a role in the movie with the whole detective side, but I saw people even saying like, why was the Penguin even in this? When he's just gonna get his own TV show on HBO, and they're gonna go into further detail on his character.
Introduction.
Yeah, and people were just saying that that why was he in this? Blah blah blah.
They're reaching.
yeah, bro.
People are reaching.
They're trying to
like,
hate on this
find
shit.
issues with this movie. You know what I mean?
Like,
I get
all
you.
these
But me personally, I thought the pacing was great. Honestly, like I went going in, because I've seen 3 hour long movies like Avengers and shit. Like I've seen Avengers Endgame
Titanic.
that's 3 hours. Titanic, bro. I've seen those movies loads of times. And this one, I was like, you know what? All right, cool. But there was not a single moment where I was like, bro, like this shit's getting boring, or like,
No,
like
of
Mario,
course,
like bro,
man,
when
of
the fuck's
course.
it ending? Like no, like I was just
Everything
like,
was intriguing,
my jaw
bro.
was dropping, bro, left and right, and
even the side stories.
yeah, even
Because the
side
main
stories.
story is the Riddler shit, but you get side stories with Carmine Falcone, with Catwoman, with
Yeah.
the Penguin. You find out
Everything was
family
well
too.
written.
find out how Carmine Falcone had to do something with
His
Bruce
family,
Wayne's
yup.
parents getting killed. Because we know in Batman comics that his parents get killed in an alley by some thug, by Joe Chill, by some dude who just want to mug them.
Yup.
Now this is a version of Batman that shows us that it wasn't a setup, or that it wasn't
Random.
happen chance. It wasn't random, that they were sent by the mob boss because there was a chance Thomas Wayne was fucking over the mob boss, so he sent someone. They put a hit out on Martha and Thomas Wayne and killed him. Like that adds so much more to not only Bruce Wayne and his story, but to this world of Batman. It's so like it's like an interesting like take.
Yep.
Like those stories, like they did a good job of keeping those side stories balanced with
Yes.
the main story.
Yeah.
Like none of those stories became higher than the Riddler. The Riddler was always a priority. It's just it just happens that these are the side stories going on, and I feel like they were well balanced. As it wasn't
Yep.
they weren't overtaking from the main idea. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't understand, and I've seen people. I'm not gonna say this person's name. Honestly, I forgot his name, but there was a viral Twitter post which I showed you about the streamer.
Oh, Ludwig?
Fuck.
I don't know his name. Is that his name?
Was he a streamer?
He's a streamer. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
all I know.
Ludwig. Where he
Oh.
said didn't have enough jokes?
Right. So he says.
Yeah, Ludwig.
So he says along the lines of honestly, guys, I thought this movie was gonna be more fun.
Yeah,
That's what he says. I thought it was gonna be more fun. To me, it seems To me, it seemed like a Marvel movie without the comedy. That's what he says. And he says, and I get it that it was supposed to be a detective type of movie, but they didn't even do a good job at that. That's what he says. And when I heard this, I'm like, dude, are you fucking... I don't know who he is, like I said. Are you fucking brain dead, bro? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Marvel without the comedy. Maybe because this isn't a Marvel movie. DC and DC films are known to be darker tone than Marvel. It's just
More serious.
you know, when it comes to the
And keep in
movies.
mind, DC
I would
tried
actually
their
argue
Marvel
that
shit.
it depends on the hero.
Like Aquaman.
Because tone changes. Like Aquaman's not
Right.
that dark. Shazam
Not
should
that
never be dark.
dark,
That's
yeah.
more like,
Well,
that's
majority of the heroes or characters are darker.
right,
Bro, in
So
my-
That's what I'm
it
saying.
all depends on the hero.
Right.
I would argue.
I feel like when you know how.
And wait, sorry, Marty. Let me just say this real quick before I cut. Sorry for cutting you off. Like, and the thing that bothered me is like, why do you mean you want jokes? Like, I get it. MCU makes comedic reliefs in comic books. There's a bunch of silly things, comedic reliefs too, but in the MCU they made it so where every superhero movie has to have like some comedic relief in order to be fucking good. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting this take out of. Like, no, it's fucking Batman. What do you want Batman to do? Oh, like fucking
Crack jokes while he's
yeah,
mourning the loss
yeah,
of his parents.
or that, or
Like,
that,
what the fuck?
that, or when fucking he sees Cat. Let's say he's looking at Catwoman, right? He transforms. He's like, he like takes away his goggles. Like, well, that just happened, or like, or didn't expect that. Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And I get it. You could argue
It'd be out
that-
of character.
right?
It wouldn't
Yeah.
fit.
I get it. You could argue that there is jokes in the Batman with like the whole penguin thing where he's like, you don't know fucking Spanish, right, or whatever,
Yeah.
or maybe when Batman says you got a lot of cats. But that wasn't meant to be funny. It was just the thing that Batman pointed out that was funny.
It's
'cause,
funny
like,
in
you
its
know,
own way in the movie.
right? You know what I mean? But it's
Or
not like
the first crime scene they look at, or the dude,
Uh-huh.
like, the
Yeah,
dude's
yeah.
face was taped up, and they look at the
He's like, yeah, come here,
damage.
let me show you something.
Yeah, yeah. He's
Batman's in the way.
All the blood is from his head. He's like, no. And he tries to he walks over to show where the blood came from, but
Yeah.
Batman's all brooding and shit. The dude backs up like, excuse
shit.
me, and he tries to get in between Batman. Like shit like that was funny, but it wasn't like MCU humor.
No, exactly.
MCU humor is so
Different.
formulaic. You know when an MCU joke is happening because there's always
Right.
the setup
Right.
and then punchline.
And I just hate that people expect that with these comic book movies. Like, why can't, come on. Comic book movies don't need that. You know what I mean? They don't need that to be good. For Batman is a perfect example. You know what I mean? So and him saying that, oh, he didn't even do a good job as a detective. Like, honestly, I don't know how to reply to that because I don't know what you mean. What fucking movie did you see? Were you fucking sleeping? Were you on your fucking phone looking, I don't know, on Club Penguin or some shit? Like, what the...
Did he not pull out a magnifying glass? Therefore, it's not legit.
Yeah, like
What
what,
the
the fuck?
fuck?
He didn't have that like Sherlock Holmes what is that called?
Oh,
Like the smoking shit, like
what's
the
it called?
It's
a pipe, right? What, Batman ain't rocking a pipe or some shit? He's like, say, let me see what the fuck going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like what the fuck, bro? What do you mean this is I don't get that. He doesn't explain. I don't think why he said, oh, they didn't do a good job of detective. Like, I don't know what the fuck movie he saw, bro. Honestly, bro. And honestly, when those let's be real. People who love the Batman, majority of them are people who are really into the comic books and like appreciate both DC and Marvel. You know what I mean? People like that fucking streamer, I bet you, I shit you not, I feel like the only thing he knows about superheroes is just by the fucking movies. And majority of the movies are Marvel, because let's just face it, MCU is doing a lot better than fucking DC when it comes to movies. It's just facts, you know? So I feel like that's what it is. You know, how many people have never seen an MCU movie, gone to see No Way Home, Spider-Man No Way Home, or even fucking Avengers, Endgame. So many people never seen Iron Man, any of these movies, and they're like, "Yo, fuck it! Everybody's helping his movie. Let's fucking watch it." You know what I mean?
It just doesn't hit unless you saw.
No,
the
it
other movies.
doesn't. So, and then those same people who watch other movies, right? And they like, "Oh, I like the MCU. What was your first MCU movie? Endgame." Oh, okay. But yeah, I saw Shang-Chi, I saw Eternals, I saw all these other movies, and I saw the Batman. Yeah, the Batman wasn't that good. Like, what? Your opinion? No, I feel like your opinion sucks because you aren't really a real fan of these characters, especially in the comics and You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just how I see it, bro. Because I don't understand what the fuck he was talking about that.
Nah, bro.
You know? But yeah. Oh, sorry. I cut the fuck out of you out like so bad, Mario. What were you
ahead,
gonna say,
Mario. What were you
Mario?
gonna
No,
say, bro?
it's because when Ludwig said it didn't have enough jokes or whatever, like how Marvel does, I just felt like he wanted. I like to call it the Marvel effect because, like you said, Marvel.
I'm gonna call it the Marvel effect. Mario,
it's
I
true.
created that.
It's true because I feel like he wanted a Marvel movie, but in DC, and I feel like we got that with Batman v Superman and Justice League. Like, let's be real, those movies, they were dark, but they had a lot of jokes in them that I felt like were forced.
Which Justice League?
Bro, you know what? We gotta see those.
Not the Zack Snyder one.
We gotta rewatch Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, because I haven't seen them so long. We gotta rewatch them and like talk about and give a review on those.
Yeah, I seen them.
Honestly.
I'm vague on it, but like I said,
Really?
I feel like
you saw them recently?
no, I said I've seen them,
Dude,
but
I
my
haven't
memory's vague.
I
on
haven't
them.
seen them since they came out.
That's
bro.
what I'm saying,
gonna be
like,
honest.
bro. I haven't seen them in a long
And from
time.
what I remember, Man of Steel, I fucking loved it. But like I said, that's a
remember
long time ago.
I know I love the soundtrack of that movie, but I remember not liking them. I felt the pace was weird.
Oh, okay.
But I still think he should still be Superman.
right.
I love him as Superman. Like, he looks like the Superman. But either way, I'm getting sidetracked.
Right. Go on.
I just feel like I said, the Marvel effect. People expect Marvel in DC. I'm like, that will never work.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel's Marvel. DC is DC.
Mm-hmm. Especially
Don't
when it
try
comes
to combine the two.
especially when
because,
it comes to like maturity, right? Like
Yeah.
maturity.
like
I
Marvel's
mean, like,
meant for. Let's be real. I think it's more kiddie. I'm not saying it's like totally like kid.
well, the movies are, the movies and shows are, and it's because Disney bought them. Most of them are PG-13. Their goal is to get as many people to watch it. You know what I mean? It's not like DC Suicide Squad. You see dicks and shit and decapitation and
that's true.
and
Forgot about
fucking Peacemaker, right? It's not like that.
I still haven't seen
Which
That's a great show.
Which dude,
10 out of 10.
Which I fucking well, there goes that review. No, but fucking that's what I want to see, that in Marvel, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Maybe
I
not.
know. I know. I would like to see it too. 'Cause
What?
I feel
A
like
serious a show with serious tones and shit?
No. Like more gore and shit, more blood. Come on, Marvel. Don't be afraid of blood.
gore. I mean, I was gonna
Don't
say,
be afraid of decapitations, bro. Fucking like Deadpool, for example, when it was a Fox, right? Deadpool was amazing, but now obviously Deadpool is under Disney's wing, and obviously, because Disney bought Fox,
Yeah.
right. So if they do make a new Deadpool, which I don't know any leaks, Javi knows more about leaks and rumors, but if when they do make a new Deadpool, I hope they don't do the PG-13 shit. I hope they keep it rated R.
They won't.
Or well,
It's
I'm
been
just saying.
confirmed.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's not a leak. It's not a rumor. Like
Okay.
Kevin Feige, the president
right.
of Marvel, the dude who like
Yeah.
announces all the
Everything.
movies and shit.
Uh-huh.
He owns like Marvel and shit. He's the
Yeah.
president. He straight up like confirmed it. He didn't make like a public service announcement. He didn't say it on stage. I think in an interview or in a statement, he just said like no, like Deadpool should be rated R movies, and we're
Thank
gonna
fucking God.
we're gonna keep the third movie rated R. But really, what was going behind the scenes was that they put out that Once Upon a Deadpool
Right.
movie.
If you wanna say that for the people who are listening, for people who don't know.
So Once Upon a Deadpool was a movie that came out a couple years ago, shortly after Deadpool 2 came out. It came out that same year. So Deadpool 2 came out in the summer. Once Upon a Deadpool came out later that year, and it was a PG-13 version of Deadpool.
That's
2.
crazy, Hav, because like I told you before when you were telling me this, I never seen it, and I didn't know they were doing this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
I
crazy.
never went to go see it either because I'm like, why would I want to watch a
Fuck-
PG-13
yeah,
Deadpool?
fuck no.
But the reason why they put it out, it wasn't just to
Right.
It wasn't just like, oh, just cuz. It's because Marvel just bought the rights to Fox.
Yep.
And they put out a PG-13 version of Deadpool, and they were closely watching if that movie was going to get good reception from fans, good reception from critics, and how much money it was going to make in the box office. And if it was a flop, they'd keep Deadpool rated R. If it did well, then they're like, fuck it, we can do a PG-13 Deadpool. Fans seem to love it, but luckily that movie flopped, and it's trash, and no one liked it because it was like, where's the gore? Where's the swear words?
Now I'm
Where's all that
curious.
bullshit?
I'm curious to see it now. I just want to see what the fuck, like, what are they gonna do with it? You know what I mean? I'm just curious. But
Yeah, I've actually never seen it. That
Well,
could
I
be
never
that
seen
could
it
be
either.
something we could do for
I
the
mean,
podcast.
I never heard
Right.
about
You
it.
never-
Watch
today.
Once
You said
Upon
you never saw it?
Once Upon a
Yeah.
Deadpool. No,
No,
not
I've
the
never seen
Because
it.
he also
version.
said that when they bring when Deadpool is or surrounded by other MCU characters, he will act like in that movie Once Upon a Deadpool. He won't
Well,
swear
sure,
as
because
much,
he's sharing
but,
the screen
yeah.
with other heroes. No,
But-
that I can accept.
Yeah, but when
when
other
it's his
heroes are
own
in his
movie,
own movie,
it
yeah.
has to be rated R. And they confirmed that it
Yeah,
will
they
be.
said that.
Thank
And they
fucking
also
God.
confirmed that Deadpool 3 is going to take place in the MCU world. Not in a separate, which I think is cool. Like, there's a lot of opportunity for
fucking God,
for
bro.
jokes and stuff. But anyways, that's not about Deadpool. This is about
Right.
Batman.
Yeah, that's true. I was about to bring it back too. I'm like, but we're getting sidetracked.
You know what? Let's
No,
talk
yeah.
about the Joker scene now.
Oh, you want to just
You want to
jump right in?
right
as
into
Joker?
it? I kind of wanted
Well,
to
what did
ask
you
what you
wanna-
guys thought about Riddler.
All right,
Yeah,
we'll get to
yeah,
the
let's-
Riddler.
let's- we'll get to the Joker in a bit.
I thought
Because technically, the Riddler deleted scene came out after. So let's try to like. That's why I kind of want to leave it like the last
okay,
thing to talk
so
about.
the Riddler, man, I fucking loved him, man. He acted like a fucking psychopath, bro. You could see the dark seriousness, crazy psychopath in him. It was
Yeah.
giving me, like, especially with his traps, it was giving me like Jigsaw vibes.
Dude,
and
it
shit.
was very
I
Saw.
loved it, bro. I loved
didn't
it.
expect this Joker to be
Riddler,
like
Riddler,
Saw.
Riddler. You said Joker.
My fault, Riddler. It's my fault. I didn't expect Riddler to be like Jigsaw from the Saw movies. Like that first like thing with the car. Because
Yeah,
they
yeah,
decipher
yeah.
the shit and it said drive. They're like, oh, it has to do with the car. And they go to the garage. They break into that one dude's car. And he's like, what are you looking for? I'm looking for a USB drive. And he finds it
Right.
in the USB drive. And he's like, what is that? And he pulls it out. And the USB drive is tied to the dude's severed thumb. And he pulls it out. He just goes, thumb drive. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck?
Yeah,
You
that was
fucking
class.
Because like
psycho,
they,
man.
they kind of because they say it in the crime scene, they say
Yeah.
it like passingly.
Right.
They don't focus too much on it. Like it's one of those like if you don't hear it, you miss it. It's like, oh no, all this blood came from his severed thumb. Like the killer must have cut it off. Blah blah blah. But like they didn't like focus. Like you just had to like listen to it, and then later in the movie you see that severed thumb. You're like, no way. And then when he connects the USB to the computer and it was fingerprint encrypted, and Batman pulls the thumb, he's like, try this. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? This Riddler is fucking crazy. He's a straight up psychopath because this motherfucker just planned it all and shit, dude.
Yeah, he was, like I said, man, he was fucking great.
Yeah, man.
I loved
Paul
how
Dano
he is.
said that he took inspiration from the Zodiac Killer
Oh,
to inspire
okay.
this version of the Riddler, which I could see it. I could see it. I could see it very well and stuff. But no, like this version of Riddler, bro, I'd say was perfect and it fit for this world, for this version of Batman. Because we've obviously had the Riddler from like the cartoon, like the animated series. He was the more like proper, methodical Riddler. He spoke like he was very smart, and he had his, he wore a suit. We've had the crazy zany Riddler that Jim Carrey played in Batman Forever, which I'd like to pretend that never fucking existed.
Have you seen that Riddler?
Like it's Jim
Have you
Carrey.
seen-
It's
have
not
you
even
seen that
Riddler.
Riddler, bro?
It's not Riddler. It's Jim Carrey.
It's
just Jim Carrey
It is
being
Jim
fucking Jim
Carrey.
Carrey.
I would
from
still
the 90s.
prefer that shit over whatever the fuck Jared Leto's Joker did, bro.
Fuck that guy.
Suicide
We're not,
Squad.
no, we don't claim that Joker.
I'd rather see Jim Carrey's Riddler,
That man got
bro.
face tats and shit. Hell no.
But like obviously
Sorry,
we've had
brother.
different versions of Riddler, but this one was perfect. It was good for this version, this world of Batman. It
Right,
fit.
right.
You know what
Perfect,
I mean?
yeah.
Like this is the version of Riddler that fit best with this universe and
Right,
stuff.
exactly.
It just is what it is.
Yep.
And I've had a talk with a friend who we were talking about the movie, and she was like, "Oh, like I don't know, the Riddler, like he was very like she was very iffy about it. I would have expected him to be cooler or something, blah blah." And I'm like, dude, like this dude was a psychopath. Like he was killing people. Like he was
he had, like-
severing thumbs. He was putting neck bombs around people's heads. He was duct taping people's faces up, and that's psychotic fucking shit. Like, what do you mean?
And he had like
cooler?
a cult. He had like a cult.
Yeah, he
type
had
of thing.
people like followers
Yeah.
and shit. He had people who believed in his belief, which I get it, right? Because a good villain is where you could see their point of view and you understand where they're coming
And
from.
his was to expose the corruption going
in
on.
Batman in Gotham City,
Right,
Yeah,
exactly,
and
yeah.
I liked, and I liked that, and that's why there were so many. He had followers. He had people that
Uh-huh.
believed in that. People that dressed like him, and they did the mass shooting at the end of the movie in that little stadium, right, or in the little in the little like place where they were giving the political speech
Yeah.
and stuff for the mayor. But no, this version of the Riddler fit. It was perfect for this version of Batman. If they would have given us like a different version of the Riddler, it wouldn't fit. It wouldn't feel like it belonged in this version of Batman that we've gotten. You know what I mean? And I will say, although the Riddler had a lot of really good scenes, my favorite Riddler scene in the movie is when he got caught and he was in the jail and he was talking to Batman through the glass. That whole monologue he had about how we were forgotten, like we were forgotten, we were left behind. No one gave a shit about us. He's like, Bruce Wayne, like that's why I wanted to kill him, because he's part of this whole corruption. That monologue where he's like, oh, like funding for the orphanage went away and we were left with nothing. And it's like, oh, but no one cares about us, right? No one gives a shit about us. Let's talk about Bruce Wayne, the orphan, because he was all over the news, all over the TV. He's like, that's not being an orphan. An orphan is having to share a bed with 10 other people. An orphan is not having enough food to feed everyone. An orphan is a fucking baby dying because it's just too cold in the winter. Like, that's what an orphan is. Like, that whole monologue he had in the jail cell with Batman, I was like, I can't argue. He's got a point. He's speaking facts, and it was so like well written. Like the script in that scene was so spot on.
And not only that, like throughout the movie when they capture the Riddler, it makes it seem, yeah, we got him, you know, like. But in that monologue where you were saying, he then reveals like this was his plan all along. When he says, "Oh, I'll see you in hell," he says, "Hey, I told you I'll see you in hell. I'm in jail." Like everything was to him was methodical and planned, and that's what I liked. Saying, "Yo, Batman, we did this together." He's like, "No, you're not.
He's like, we make such a great team." He's
exactly.
He's like, I wanted to expose the corruption of Gotham. I wanted to expose these people. Right. My strength is up to here. I can't do all that. But if I got you involved, if I had the vigilante on my side, you can make it possible. We make such a great team. We're not a team. You're deranged. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Like that whole fucking scene was lit. And fuck people who were like, it was kind of goofy because he started screaming. You know, fuck you. Fuck out of here.
He's a psychopath. Man.
Yeah, like fuck out of here. It was not goofy.
It's like saying the Joker for him laughing at random times or laughing like a hyena or whatever the fuck. It's saying like, yo, that's kind of goofy, man. It's just, bro. Come on. But that's like I like when they reveal. You know what I mean? Like, yo, we did this together. It's like, no, you're not. You're caught. Basically, you're caught. You're in here. We didn't do this. Blah blah. He says, yeah. It's like, you know, I told you to bring him to light, and you did. You know, I told you to do this, and you did. And everything was planned, and his plan was to be in jail, right? And so I really enjoyed how they did the Riddler with that, and I just want to say another thing is, I really enjoyed how the Batman is. Like, it seems like it could be realistic. You know what I mean? Like the moment when what I mean by realistic, let me make my point, is his suit doesn't seem like, you know, you need crazy shit to make, right? And not only that, his Batmobile is fucking sick.
Best Batmobile I've seen.
It's like a fucking muscle car with a rock in the back, you know. Kind of like, you know, that seems kind of realistic. Same with
it being his second year as Batman.
Right.
That would be the Batmobile he'd have.
That's what I'm saying.
Him being a billionaire, he would just take one of his cars that he personally owns, throw a fucking rocket on that bitch, and just use it. You know what I mean?
And not only that, same with like Catwoman. You know, she just has like a regular, like a tight, like like a leather type of suit,
and
like a biker suit.
The things on her beanie.
Right, and it's just a beanie. That's my point. It's just a beanie and just cut up that she did, and it's simple, you know. And it's not like in the comic books where it's like a whole leather like type of fitted.
Incredibles mask, bro.
Right, so it seems. So that's what I'm getting at. Is everything seems more realistic. Same with when the Batman that scene where he was like knocked out from that bomb explosion, and he wakes up with like. He wakes up in the middle and then everybody's like, hey. He's like, whoa, yo, what the fuck? That to me was realistic because let's be real. Like, Batman is an amazing fighter, but he can't take on all those guys.
And I liked the little detail of when he was fighting a group of people, he takes punches.
No, yeah,
he takes slugs
That's
to
what I'm
the
saying.
faces. But he's obviously trained to know how to take them on. But like, there's been a couple times where you'll see someone just just fuck him up in the face. But that's cool because it's not a fully fledged Batman. He's been doing this for 2 years, so he's not like in his prime.
And it's not him like waking up in that scene and taking on those fucking 30 police officers like some fucking
like in the
some
Arkham games and shit.
Yeah, you
like
know what I mean?
motherfucker just
facts.
spamming the
It's-
counter button.
It's
Oh,
real.
press
It's-
triangle.
Here's the thing. It's realistic. You know, Batman knows he won't be able to outpower these guys.
Yeah.
And he knows, and that's why he runs. He runs away. And not only that, his flight suit, that's also realistic. His flight suit that he has, like he's out here jumping. Even the parachute, you
It
know.
was a flying scroll suit.
Yeah, even the parachute, that's all realistic. That's possible.
But here's the thing.
It's not like the comic books where he uses his cape
Okay,
to glide and shit.
But here's
you know
the
what I
thing.
mean?
I personally believe that he will eventually in the sequels have that.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
me too.
Okay.
I
Because think
think
about it.
we'll have that
Because
too.
think about it. Matt Reeves in interviews and stuff
Okay.
made it very clear that this is a year two Batman,
Yeah,
a
of course,
Batman
yeah.
who's only been doing this for a couple
Mm-hmm.
years. So a part of me feels that not only will we see this trilogy where Batman, like you said earlier in the podcast, we're gonna see this Bruce Wayne grow, this Batman grow, and stuff like that. But I think this is also a trilogy that shows us Batman when he was starting out. So
Yeah.
this is his second year in Gotham. But the sequels will then progress him to be the Batman that we know, with a more comic accurate Batmobile, with the more comic accurate gadgets that he glides with the cape. I feel
Right.
like the sequels are gonna
Okay.
like maybe he's gonna have a more comic accurate suit.
Right.
A more Batman suit. Like maybe this my theory is that the next two installments for the trilogy is gonna like form Batman to the Batman that we know from the comics.
Right,
So
right.
this first movie was to show us, hey, he's only been doing this for a while, so his Batmobile is not even a Batmobile. It's a muscle car with a
I
rocket.
feel like in the next movie he's gonna use a lot more gadgets
I would,
Yeah,
I could see
because
it.
Yeah, 'cause he
how
only
many
used-
times I don't know if
He only used the
batarang.
the batarang to cut,
And then the grappling.
and then the grappling. That's all we see from him.
I feel like the next one we're
I
gonna
like
see
that. I like the battering being his.
Yeah.
his,
yeah,
his
that was really
symbol.
cool. Yeah.
There was
But-
a rumor, like a theory that fans made that his bat symbol on his chest is
the gun hand.
is the gun.
The gun.
Is the gun that the
killed his
murderer
parents.
used to kill his parents.
What?
Broken down. Now, obviously, the movie
What
never
the fuck?
confirmed that. Like, that's dark. I'm like, dude, that's fucking like, holy shit. Like, you're so like tied to that
Obsessed with
trauma. Like you so cannot let it go that your own the symbol that represents you is the gun that took away your parents. Like I was like, that's fucking lit. Now, obviously in the movies,
He said that's lit.
It's so dark, but I fucking love it.
He has one of his parents' bones like around his neck. like a necklace of his parents' bones. That's lit.
no,
He has his mom's skull in his closet. That's lit as fuck.
He has his parents' ashes. You know,
What?
You know how he makes like his eyes dark sometimes. You know,
Oh,
and some
wait, what'd you say? Ass cheeks?
ashes.
oh, I misheard him, bro.
I thought he said ass cheeks, boy.
I said
I
he
was
uses
like,
ashes as his eye
Hey.
makeup.
hey, them ass cheeks be rotten, boy. That's some dead corpse ass cheeks, boy. That's some decomposed shit right there, boy. That's great.
No, that's my theory. I think.
Oh, did you
this
say he
trilogy-
uses ashes for his fucking eye?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked.
That's
is
what I'm
fucked.
saying.
Imagine that's lit as fuck.
Maybe.
I do like that theory, and I heard that theory too when they were first showing. It was when they first showed the teaser of without showing him.
Yeah.
But they were just showing his costume. They showed the bat,
how
the,
his suit looked
the
like. It was
chest,
gonna, which, by
and
the
all
way,
that
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
when I saw that test footage
first,
of what his suit was gonna look like,
Dude,
I was like, that actually looks pretty like raw, bro. It
Yeah.
looks,
Dude.
looks fuck.
But-
It looked like Injustice Batman
Yeah.
from the first game
Yup.
because it looked like armor.
Yo.
It wasn't like leather or
Yeah.
like
And it wasn't too,
soft
like,
material.
crazy.
It was freaking metal.
It wasn't too crazy like Ben Affleck's fucking like armored bat
Yeah.
suit. You know,
Right.
the one where
I didn't like
then
his-
I didn't like his
Spider-Man or Superman was sorry.
fucking Patterson's Batman suit, bro, is the best one. I like it. I guess people will argue it would be the trilogy, you know, the Dark Knight trilogy, that bat suit. But honestly, this suit is better. I don't know how to explain it. I just like it a lot, especially from fucking Ben Affleck's. Ben Affleck's cowl is fucking dog shit. He's like this, like stiff as fuck, like
You can't turn his neck.
moving like this and shit. Fucking fat ass, like his cowl. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's so fucking
It's funny
shit.
because his cape was attached to the cowl.
It's
I don't
so
know if you
shit,
ever
bro.
noticed
It's
that.
so
Did you
fucking
notice
shit.
that?
And I mentioned it to Javi. Fucking, there's a scene. Was it Suicide Squad? No, not. I'm tweaking. What was that scene where Ben Affleck had that trench coat? Do you remember?
It was Batman v Superman.
Okay, yeah, Batman v Superman. Do you remember when fucking Ben Affleck's Batman, he had a fucking trench coat and he had like an AR in his hand and shit?
Oh,
do you remember that?
The goggles.
Dude.
It was it was
Yeah, the
during his
goggles.
nightmare, right? His nightmare with.
Okay, like even Iradu, who's not really like a a fan of this, he's making a face because, bro, you have a suit. Why are you wearing a fucking trench coat?
And why the
know what
fuck
I
do you
mean?
have a gun?
And why do you have a gun?
Batman?
You're fucking Batman.
Well, look, hold on. Back to that whole theory.
No, they're
that you
just
were talking
BB. They're
about,
just
Hoff.
BB bullets. they're
Back to that
they're
theory you were talking about.
tranquilizers.
Hoff.
Nerf bullets.
They're bullet tranquilizers. He's like, "Man, in case I run into Teely. I guess Teely. I forgot to mention Teely, man. Shout out to Teely, man. Teely's a good friend of ours.
our boy.
Mario's cousin.
Yeah, he's my cousin.
I feel like occasionally he'll be a part of Heat Vision, but he lives quite a ways
Far.
from us.
Very far.
So yeah, hopefully he makes an appearance in this.
Hey, Hoff, but that theory that you were talking about, bro.
Like, right, Erado, why does he have a trench coat? You have a Batman suit, bro.
Here.
You wanna?
Here, talk. Take the mic and talk.
Wait, what? From what?
How about that?
What'd you think when I showed you?
Oh, I think that's so fucking weird.
Like, why does he?
Like it's like adding something. It's like
It
it's
looks
almost like putting too much frosting on a cake.
It looks like
Like
a
it's just
motherfucker.
adding so much unnecessary things that you don't
He
need.
didn't want sand in his outfit, bro.
Exactly.
So, bro,
And it's like this dude like beats
Batman
people in the
hates
hospital
sand.
with his hands. Why the fuck does he have a gun? Like, what's the point?
No. This reminds me, like, going off topic real quick. This reminds me of the Halo 4 reveal trailer where Master Chief is revealed, where he has a whole trench coat, like poncho type of thing that covers him from head to toe, like with a hood, and he's in the sand, right? He's out here walking in the sand. The beginning, it just portrays like in the sand, you just see a figure with that shit on. He's just walking. We're like, yo, what the fuck is this? And then we see the earth, the ground shake, and then the
Oh, the ship appears in front of him?
like it goes up in front of him, and the wind blows off the hood, and it's fucking Master Chief that is wearing thousands of pounds on him, an armor suit. He has a fucking cloak, like
A poncho.
a poncho type of thing covering himself. Why? You have a fucking suit. You have a suit that you could literally float in space and you'll be fine.
Hey, bro, he didn't want to get sand in it, man.
Oh,
Same thing with Batman, bro.
I think I've seen that.
he didn't
when
want
I-
sand in the
when I-
crevices.
when I
and
first
the
saw
part
it-
where his elbow bends.
When
and
I first
shit.
saw that shit, I was hyped. I fucking love Halo. I was hyped this shit. I'm like, oh, Halo 4. But then after I saw it, I'm like, why the fuck was he wearing that? You have a fucking armor suit, bro, that's airtight, that you can float in space and you're fine. Why the fuck are you wearing some trench bullshit for sand? It gives the same vibes as Batman. Why the fuck is he wearing a stupid trench coat, bro? You have a suit on, but whatever. I get it. They're trying to make him look cool or whatever the fuck. But either way, even if we exclude the fucking trench coat, he has a fucking gun, my guy. What the fuck are you gonna do with that gun? You know what I mean? You're gonna kill these motherfuckers? Like, whatever. But moving on from Ben Affleck, bro. I don't fucking like his suit. I just don't. And right now I'm just nitpicking. I feel like his ears are also really short. I don't know. That's just nitpicking.
I never liked his ears.
Yeah, it's
know
not really short. You know what I'm
I
talking
don't
about?
like it.
It's
I
really
like it
funny
when
you
it's
say all
longer.
this because a lot of
I'm just
people say
nitpicking
he's
right
the
now.
most comic accurate Batman.
I think
That's what a lot of
what
people
people are
say.
saying is his suit.
Yeah.
His main suit, but
And
not
just
the cowl.
just the way he acts too.
But the cowl is where it draws a line for me. I can
No,
understand
yeah,
the suit,
yeah.
but the cowl is where
For
like,
me, it was
dude,
the gun, bro.
I don't want to look at this stupid motherfucker, fucking moving like he's spraying his fucking neck. I don't want
Like
to
he
see
slept
that.
wrong.
For
You
me,
know
it
what I
was
mean?
just the gun, bro. It's like, bro, you're Batman. You didn't use a fucking gun.
Really?
You know, I don't give a
Other
shit
than
about
that,
the cowl,
no.
bro.
When I said really, I'm like, that's the only thing that got you, like
Well-
not the cowl, not the trench coat bullshit.
I'm
that
with
he's wearing.
Danny.
What?
I'm with Danny. None of that really bothered me.
It's just the gun?
reason I
It was
say
that
only,
he killed people. That I'm like, that's
No,
not.
yeah.
Imagine Spider-Man killing people. What the fuck? With his spider strength, bro, motherfucker breaking backs and shit like Bane to
Bane.
Batman.
The reason I say not about the cow is because I don't give a fuck about the cow. I didn't care for
Right,
him.
You like Ben Affleck how he looked thick as fuck and he was like this.
No, I didn't. I just hated. That was the DC I fucking hate, and I still hate to this day. That's why when you say
I don't
let's
like
watch
that
Batman versus Superman, y'all can watch that shit with them because that movie was fucking. That shit was a joke. How are you gonna tell me you're gonna make a movie about them two and then
Yeah,
bring
it
in
was just-
Wonder Woman and then kill off Superman in the same
It was a
fucking
Halo
movie?
5 bullshit, you know?
Like
Halo
you
5.
guys were putting 4 important stories into one.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? Anyways,
Yeah, I don't know,
care
man.
about that.
I don't fucking
But,
know. All I know is like I love Batman,
Yeah.
bro, but like without Kryptonite, fucking Superman whooped that motherfucker. Cuz like and even in the comic books and like even like animated shows or whatever, the only time you see Batman fucking whooping Superman is cuz it has something to do with Kryptonite. You know what I mean? But I get it. It makes sense, you know. He's just a human. Fucking Superman's a fucking OP motherfucker, but
Motherfucker's a god.
right. But we're getting off we're getting off topic. We were on we're still talking about the Riddler, or is there
Yeah.
another another thing that I want to recap real quick. Like I said, those scenes that I mentioned about his flight suit, about his suit looking, you know, relatively normal, his Batmobile, him not fighting fucking 30 people and folding them, like I like, and also Catwoman, you know, with her suit not being like the comic books where it's you know, leather and whatnot, right? I like it because to me this is most likely can be real life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Especially with the flight suit and everything. Instead of using his fucking cape to glide or whatever. You know, I just really like that. It seemed realistic. You know what I mean? To where it could maybe there's a possibility that that this shit could be real, right? That you could be Batman, if anything. You know, because you don't see him like do anything OP or whatever the fuck. You know, you don't see the Batmobile that's like, you know, how we normally know the Batmobile. And it's just a normal ass fucking muscle car, and that's what I really liked, you know. And I do see what you mean, that maybe in the future he'll get it, he'll be advanced and shit. Like, all right, fuck it, I like to see that too, because obviously, you know,
The only one advancement I guess I would say it would be
What?
which is also an Easter egg for those of you that don't know, to Bane, is when he injected himself with the green venom to like wake him up and give him that stamina. I would say that's the only like kind of OP shit that he had throughout the entire movie.
Yeah, actually, yeah,
With-
you're right. Yeah,
Even though it was also a reference to Bane, you know, hopefully we see.
I'd
him in the
argue,
future,
bro.
But
I feel like that's people like making theories, but really, I think people are just overthinking it. I think
Oh.
it was just adrenaline.
you think?
It
you
has
know,
to be.
I was thinking when I first saw it, I was thinking what you said,
With what, Bane?
but yeah,
Oh.
but then I was thinking the same thing with Javi. Like, what if it's just like an adrenaline shot or some, you know what I mean?
You're right.
Some
It
bullshit.
could be.
You know,
But
I thought it was
me,
pretty.
I'd like to see a Bane with this Batman because I know we got Tom Hardy's Bane
Yeah.
with Christian Bale and, you know, The Dark Knight Rises,
Mhm.
which people have their own opinions on his Bane.
Right.
I personally
great.
like them.
He's
you know,
great.
But
Oh, sorry, you're going.
no, but yeah, it's because I saw this one video and a lot of
Mm.
people I guess have been saying they've wanted Batista to be Bane. And I don't know, like I see a lot of people.
But yo, fuck it, man. Just might as well make The Rock, bro. The Rock is in everything. The Rock is in everything, bro. Fuck
Hey,
that
but
guy.
Bruto, I am excited for his movie, Black Adam.
Black Adam.
Dude,
Oh,
it
fuck
looks
yeah.
lit.
Hell
I saw
yeah.
the trailer. I'm like, yo, okay.
Hell yeah, bro.
That movie's gonna be
Either
good.
either The Rock or fucking John Cena, bro. Them
Bro,
motherfuckers are always in everything.
When they
now.
showed those trailers before we saw the movie and Batman, everything I saw, I'm like, bro, I want to fucking see it. Remember?
No, yeah, for sure.
Oh
yeah.
my god. Got me
But
hyped for DC
another
future.
thing that I want to point out is there's some parts in the Batman where it gives you, there's mind games that gives you, right. There's mind games that gives to the audience. Like one example was like going back to where the dude crashes the car into the funeral, right.
Okay.
There, you know that part where Batman is like next to some guy and the guy's like, hey, do I know you? Right? He's like, do I know you?
So, is that Joe Chill?
Huh?
Is that Joe Chill? The guy that kills Batman's parents.
Oh, the guy that you were
Right.
sitting next to?
So listen.
Oh yeah.
So right there, it makes you think like,
Think
who
about it.
the fuck, like who is this guy, right? And then you see like a figure in the balcony. He's there.
That was Riddler.
You know,
Riddler, yeah.
right? And so your mind is like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And not only that, is when Batman goes into the Riddler's hideout, and all you see is the truth unmasked, right? The truth unmasked, and you see a video people are trying to crack in, and it says the truth unmasked or whatever. And Batman is like he's not sweating bullets, but I'm just hyperbole. But he's like, oh shit. And what it's doing right there for the audience is like, does the Riddler know Batman's identity? Right? That's how I saw it.
What do you all think?
Well, I didn't finish, motherfucker, but okay.
Huh?
I didn't finish what I was saying, but okay.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say a lot of people were confused on whether they did or not, and I'm like,
No,
I think y'all were just not paying attention to the movie.
Well, here, let me say what I gotta say.
Okay.
So that at that point, right, that beginning is making you think, oh my God, the truth unmasked, right? The truth unmasked. You see on the walls, you see on the screen. There's a secret encrypted video that the police can't get into that says the truth unmasked, and Batman is like. It was giving the audience, oh my God, does the Riddler know who the fucking Batman is? You know what I mean? And so then he goes and visits the Riddler, and all you see is the Riddler going, Bruce Wayne, saying all this shit, right? And
like taunting him.
right. And then you see the Batman looking at the camera, and he's like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to get that shit later. You know what I mean? He's like, fuck, and and it's giving the audience, oh my God, the Riddler knows the Batman. But then it comes to the conclusion where the Riddler just basically says, Bruce Wayne, he's the last person we need. And then Batman is like, oh, thank God. And it's that sense of relief that, oh my God, like to the audience, like, oh my God, no, he doesn't know who he is. But that's what to me personally, is that what that's what they were trying to do to the audience.
Yeah.
They're trying to make it seem that the Riddler knew. And then when Batman goes back to Riddler's hideout, he finally figures out the code, and he watches the video, and we finally watch the video, and it's the Riddler all talking normal, and he says, yo, we did it, guys. We unmasked the truth of this basically corrupted city or whatnot. And then it gives back to the audience like, oh shit, like this entire time we thought that he was gonna say Bruce Wayne is a Batman or some shit, but really he's talking about truth unmasked with all the lies and corruption that's going on in the city. Mm-hmm. And so I really liked that bit, and not many people understood that bit. I don't know if that's what you were gonna say, but not many people understood that. Like my brother, when he saw it, he didn't understand that at all. Like he didn't know. Like he thought that the Riddler knew Batman. And I had to explain it to him, but I just said, no, that's what they want you to think in the beginning. It's that suspense. You know what I mean? And I really enjoyed that part of the movie, bro. I was like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. Because even I was like that. I was like, oh shit. But then it turns off, it's like a sigh of relief. It's like, oh shit, bro, that was good. Like, you know what I mean? Anyways, what you were gonna say, Av.
Oh shit, I forgot.
This movie.
I think you already said it. That's why I was like, oh.
Oh, that people thought that the Riddler knew who he was.
And I was like, I think people are. I was like, I don't think you were paying attention
For
to the movie then, because he
real.
straight up,
He says
in plain English goes, he was the last one we
yeah.
couldn't get.
yeah.
Motherfucker, he just explained, like,
exactly.
and people were like, so like,
does the Riddler know?
Like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Next
fucking
topic.
love that. All right, so what is it?
What did you guys?
Don't worry, we'll
think
get to the
about-
Joker, Daddy.
We will.
We'll get to the Joker.
What did you guys think of how the movie ended? I have a lot of thoughts.
Like what? Like,
Like-
you mean like Falcone's? Like what do you mean?
So okay, so like let me paint the picture.
Like the end credits, or
No,
are you
no,
talking
no,
about
no.
like where
When they
Catwoman
split?
and Batman split?
No. Like before
Oh.
that, like we expected that obviously Batman was gonna win. He was gonna save the day. He was gonna be the good guy. All that shit, right? But I didn't expect all the crazy shit that was gonna happen. That-
like the city getting flooded?
The city getting
Right.
flooded. So like those bombs going off, blowing
shit
up
was
the
raw.
dams, and now the whole city is
And
flooded.
then Riddler's a fucking weirdo. He's like, boom.
Yeah.
He's making the mouth expressions. Look at this, like in the windowsill. Like,
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
that was cool.
So
I thought that was raw.
that dude, when I first saw the movie, my jaw dropped.
Yeah, bro.
Because
I was
I'm like,
oh, what the fuck?
because I'm like, bro,
what the fuck?
how do you fix this? The whole city is flooded.
What you mean, bro? Just get Aradu's couple mops and shit. Like,
Don't worry,
get
bro.
Aradu's like buffer or some shit. I don't know. Like, no, I'm playing. Get some buckets. Let's just start. No.
Just dump it back out to sea, but like
Yeah.
the dams are still broken, so it just keeps coming.
Call that boy. Call that boy Aquaman.
Yeah, bro.
Tell that boy Aquaman. Hey, yo, Aquaman, man, can you clean this shit up, man? What the fuck? No, we're going.
But no, yeah, like, what did you guys think of the fact that the way the movie ended, like the state of Gotham is arguably worse than it was when the movie first started.
Yeah, bro.
How did you think about that direction of how the movie ended?
I'll say this: the way it ended, it felt like like something that big. I didn't expect it to be that serious, you know, because that motherfucker, it flooded the whole city. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like I said,
How you gonna fix that?
like how do you fix it? It felt like that's something
We
you
just gotta
put-
wait. We just gotta wait till I don't know. It just
It felt like something like that
Evaporates.
belonged at the end of the trilogy. I'm just like,
Wow.
damn, I'm surprised they put this in the first
you,
movie.
you expect that at the
Because
end of a
it's a
trilogy?
big thing. Like you literally flooded
about
the
it.
fucking city.
I
To
mean,
be honest
it's
with
a big
y'all,
thing, but I feel
I'm
like
gonna have to disagree because, like, look, check it out.
Let's see.
This-
I'm gonna hear what Danny
the
says.
way
Let's
that
see.
I see it,
I liked
You know,
it though.
he flooded-
I liked it.
he flooded it, so now they have a good shot, you know, for the second movie,
trying to rebuild.
trying to rebuild. And so I think in the second movie, this is where it will actually test Batman and starting to learn his more, you know, combat side, and we're gonna see the more combat side of Batman. Only because, you know, one, yeah, the city was fucking flooded, meaning a lot of people are gonna now be homeless, meaning there's gonna be a lot more crime because, you know, all these mobsters and like the crime rate, they all now know that all these people are homeless.
Homes
you know,
are ruined, yeah.
Homes are ruined. They're gonna start
I
basically
didn't-
fucking stealing, killing.
didn't really
whatever.
think about
so it's
that.
gonna be straight up Gotham. It was already you know, Gotham, but I think the city. We're
Yeah,
gonna
but
see
he's
a
saying
whole new take on the city.
Javi's saying because of this, it made it worse.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's asking,
So
like,
I
what are
agree
your
with-
opinions?
So I agree with you, Javi. It made it worse.
He's asking, what is your opinions on that direction, making Gotham worse than when from the movie started? You know what I mean?
So
I think it's cool because,
that,
like what you
yeah, I
said, we're
thought it
gonna
was
see
cool,
more
bro.
crime. We're gonna see
meaning
rebuild.
we'll see more Batman, and hoping the next movie, you know, it'll target the more of the combat side of Batman. Meaning, because this one obviously was a detective movie, which Riddler was an amazing villain because it tested his detective skills. You know, we all saw that portrayal of Batman that we've never seen
We can
before.
see
and
we can see this the city being rebuilt
yep,
the same time as Bruce Wayne is being rebuilt.
exactly.
Huh.
Yep, that.
It could be like
Wow,
that.
you see that?
Or
I don't know, but
the-
that's pretty cool. I like that message. Like right
Or
there.
or another.
I don't
way
know,
we
it's
can
just pretty
see it
cool,
too,
man. It
bro.
It just made sense in my mind, bro. So I just
Another
glad I
way-
say it.
another way
Hey man,
too-
when I said it, you were like hyped as shit, boy. Shut up. You said, "Oh yeah."
As if they take it that way, but it would
No,
make
yeah, but
sense, and I'm all for it. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Anyways, Danny, go on, bro.
What the fuck was I gonna say? So yeah, from all that and oh yeah, and you know, people know of the Riddler. Obviously, you know, we know that Joker was with the Riddler in the cell right next to him.
A lot of people thought that was Two-Face.
I heard that. I heard
Dude,
a lot of people in my
both-
theater.
Me
bro,
and Hector both thought that. I'm like,
a
oh, that's
lot of
Two-Face.
people
Two-Face.
said,
I
like, "Yo,
immediately,
it's Two-Face."
I
And I'm-
immediately knew. I was like, did y'all hear his laugh?
Well,
That-
I'll give
we,
you.
We heard that. And it got me. I'm like, I thought it was Two-Face, but why is he laughing like that? I just didn't think they would introduce Joker immediately.
That's what
That
I thought.
too.
And
That
sometimes,
too.
and some part of me, even though I like it, I'm like, maybe it's
And, like,
too soon to introduce.
Here's the
him.
thing: we're not crazy though, because many other people thought the same thing as us.
Yeah.
Many people thought that there was Two-Face. I thought, and like, yeah, you hear the clowns, you hear him laugh, but honestly, I just thought it was Two-Face because,
Like you saw one part, like
yeah,
burnt.
I saw one part that was
Half of it-
burnt.
One
Yeah.
was lit
I
up.
wasn't
I was
expecting.
in the same boat, but yeah, I mean, you know, obviously we've seen The Dark Knight.
Yeah, yeah,
Harvey
yeah.
Dent. Harvey Dent then turns into Two-Face. But other than, I'm getting sidetracked from that, bro. Honestly, you know, in this movie we saw that Batman was. What did he say at the end? That they see him now as like the symbol of hope for the city of Gotham. Now,
He
Yes.
kind of became
No.
the hero.
Yes,
he becomes a
and
hero.
that's the next topic I want to talk about.
Oh,
but
okay.
go
They say
ahead,
that
finish
he's
your
the
finish your
hero.
thing.
Javi,
So
I fucking
my-
love you, bro. You
my
have these topics on lock, bro. I like
yeah,
it.
bro.
You're keeping us on
So
track.
my theory for the next movie, bro, is that we're gonna see a whole like the city of Gotham against the
Oh, shit.
vigilante Batman, bro.
Naradu taking a shot right now, boy. Yo, fucking Naradu butt naked right now. Naradu butt naked right now, boy. He trying to get freaky diggy in his sheets.
I didn't know he was.
You good, bro?
fuck
Who
is he
hurt
talking
you?
about?
What you talking about? I'm chilling. I just wanna vibe.
I didn't know you.
No,
were,
he chilling. He chilling. No, don't worry, Naradu. Don't worry. We're almost
Yeah,
done,
get
bro.
back
We're
to
almost
you. I
done.
didn't know you were.
Your,
I didn't know you were
Yeah, you
Ken
do you too,
Smooth.
bro.
What?
I don't know.
You don't know what that means.
Hey, man, tripping. All right, but sorry.
No, but yeah, bro, that's pretty much it. Is that I just hope in this next, you know, Batman movie we get to see if how the people of Gotham now see Batman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they were once scared of him, but now are they gonna be like,
Like,
all right, but you're the reason
like a
why this-
Superman type thing.
Yeah, like you're the reason why all this shit happened. You know, all of these people lost their house. You know, because of
Yeah.
you. You know, that crazy ass dude did this. You know, just shit like that. And I like what you thought. Well, the city's getting rebuilt. We might be seeing the birth of the Bruce Wayne, you know,
Yeah.
within the comic books.
What's it called? I like how this Batman movie pulled an Amazing Spider-Man. The first one with Andrew Garfield. You know what I'm talking about?
Yup.
So let me explain what I mean. It gave me Amazing Spider-Man vibes, because in the Amazing Spider-Man, the first Andrew Garfield movie we got, Peter Parker becomes Spider-Man, and the only reason why is because he wanted to find Uncle Ben's killer.
Yep.
Right? He's like beating up all these goons and looking for that star tattoo on his forearm, and he's trying to look for it, right? But then that first, like, I wouldn't say fight, more like interaction that he had with the lizard on the bridge, and he's throwing all them fucking cars off the bridge, and he like webs them and saves them, and then he has that
Little boy.
the little boy in the car, and he's like, no, get away, and he's like, no, and he takes off his mask. He's like, look, I'm just a regular guy. Can you hold my mask for me? And he like saves this kid from this car that's about to blow up and shit. And he realizes, like, oh shit, like maybe I should use my powers for good, because like maybe I should save people, because I just realized this kid would have died if it weren't for me. You know what I mean? So it gave me Spider-Man vibes. What will have happened with the Batman, because the Batman, you know, sees like the long ass like cable about to electrocute everyone in the water. So he goes and he cuts it, and he falls into the water, and he gets back up and shit. And he lights the flare, which, by the way, circling back to what Hector said, the cinematography,
Yup.
it is A plus, bro.
I fucking love that scene.
I
bro.
really liked how he goes into the wreckage and everyone is like there, and he's like trying to like, he reaches his hand out to the mayor, the chick, right? Because he's like, you're the most important person, you know, like I gotta like get you out of here, right? And everyone's like scared of him, like no one wants to get near, except
The little boy.
except the little boy from the beginning of the movie.
Wow.
And you see like that little hand reach out, and Batman's like,
Wow.
what the fuck?
You know, you guys talking about this? I never caught that.
Dude, it's the little
Wow.
boy
Yeah,
from the
I know.
funeral. Because,
I know.
and you know what?
But I never caught that buildup of him, since he saw him so much and he saw him there for him, right? That he gained that trust and hope from, like,
for someone who never once spoke to him and shit.
I didn't catch
and I really
that.
liked that scene in the beginning where he looks at the floor.
I love the movie even more now.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
you see what I mean? So I liked that scene in the beginning in the crime scene when he looks at the floor and there's like little foot stains with the blood, and the dude's, and then like he's like, yeah, kid found him. And he's like, fuck. And then the Nirvana music plays, and the kids, and this kid is just like in his bed, and you know, these reporters are like trying to ask him questions, and Batman just looks at him through the bedroom, and the kid looks over at him, and I was like, dude, like, it's so great because there were no words spoken, and you can just tell, like, Bruce is like that was me, and like, and I get like this kid like is, like, I get what he's going through, and he's probably gonna go down a path like me, and like you know what I mean? Then he obviously sees him at the funeral. Obviously, he doesn't know that Batman and Bruce are the same people, so he just looks at him from afar. So at the end, when he reaches the hand out, and the only one who trusted Batman to save them is that same little kid. And he reaches his hand out, and he pulls him out, and he pulls everyone, and then he carries the little kid, and he holds the flare through the water. And that aerial shot, that point-down shot, where you just see everyone following the light, symbolism. Everyone's following the light through the flood. Bro. That was some Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man vibes, because it was Batman realizing maybe I shouldn't be Batman to just beat up people, like, you know, like maybe I should become a hero.
He becomes Nightwing.
Hey, he said, like, what if he becomes like Robin or something?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. That's the theory. But here's my thing.
Okay.
I feel like this kid is too young to eventually become a Robin. You know what I mean? Unless they pull a Dark Knight trilogy, where Joseph Gordon-Levitt just takes his place after he's done as as Batman. But I don't know. I feel like he's too young. That shit bummed me out. I will say that he is too young to maybe be a Robin or something. If anything,
I would rather want to see his son, Damian Wade.
Well, the thing is like, if that's the case, he would have to have a son already. You know what I mean? Like, I doubt they'll ever do that.
Well, you could Catwoman, bro.
Well, yeah, with Catwoman.
You know what? You know what? And it's funny. It's funny that a lot of people are like, this little kid, or he might be Robin. Like, that's funny that y'all say that, because the person, me personally, the person that I would have put money would become Robin is the teenage kid. from the beginning of the movie when he was with those people with the painted face. He was the one kid that was hesitant to rob the dude.
That's a good bet.
You know what I mean? He's the one I'm more inclined to become Batman. He's the right age.
But that's the only time we see him, you know what I mean?
Sure, but maybe that was his introduction, light introduction. Maybe he might play a bigger role in the next movie.
Right.
You never know. A lot of people say that might be Tim Drake.
Maybe he like sees the Batman. He's like, hey, like
I want to help.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, okay, all right, I can see something like that.
I would put money that
I like
that
to see
might
Robin.
be-
Fuck yeah, I like to see Robin.
And Matt
wouldn't mind
Reeves,
it.
Matt Reeves said like we're interested in introducing him if it felt right. Like yeah,
Right.
sure, why not? Christopher Nolan, when he made the Dark Knight movie, straight up said, "Fuck no, Robin will never be in my movies." Like he straight up said no.
I like that. He
But
said no,
Matt Reeves was like, "Yeah, I mean,
Why do
if
you
it
say- why do you
feels
say that?
right."
Why do you say that?
because
You don't like Robin?
It's with me, no,
Like as a
I
character?
like Robin. It's just it depends. What
I like
type of-
Ro- I
it
like
depends
the
which one
Robin.
we're talking about.
I like. Hold on, I'm about to say it.
Yeah, go ahead.
I like Robin. I like Red Hood Robin.
Okay,
I like that Robin.
I like
Jason
that Robin
Todd?
too.
Jason Todd. I like that
I like
Robin.
Jason Todd. The only thing I don't
Just because
like,
he transforms the Red Hood and he has this vengeance against Batman and Joker, I just like
he
that.
didn't
I like that
save him,
storyline.
Yeah.
I like that
I
storyline
like that Robin,
where
but-
Joker beats the fuck out of him, kills his ass. He's then resurrected, and guess what? Just what Batman does, he puts Joker to jail, and Jason Todd is like, "What the fuck? I thought that I was your partner. I thought, you know what I mean, you cared about me, and you let the Joker kill me, and all you do is you put him in jail, and that's what motivates Jason Todd. Nah, fuck no, fuck you." You know what I mean?
I would have felt
I
the
love,
same way, bro.
I love that. I love Red Hood.
For real.
It's just
He would
my
love
my
that
thing.
game.
My thing is, if you introduce him,
Uh-huh.
at that point you gotta introduce the rest of the Robins, and then eventually the Robin that
That's
will make
too
the
much
Teen
though,
Titans.
because there's like 4 of them.
Yeah, man.
But if you're gonna introduce one,
No, not
at
even.
that
There's
point,
more than
You
4,
gotta
I think.
introduce the
Well,
rest.
there's Nightwing, but he's
Well, in the comic books, there's more than
Dick.
4. I'm pretty sure.
There's Dick Grayson who becomes Nightwing. Then there's Jason Todd who becomes Red Hood.
I want to see that storyline.
Tim Drake who becomes Red Robin.
Yeah.
and then
which
there's
is
Nathan
which is-
Drake from
no,
Uncharted.
No, you're done. And then the last one is Damien, which is his son.
Yeah.
But again, I don't think they're gonna do that because that would imply that he would have had a kid already.
Uh-huh.
Unless they want to do some bullshit like, oh, I'm a long lost son that you never knew you had type shit.
I
Like,
don't.
Oh,
I
they
wouldn't
could,
like
yeah.
that.
You know,
It's because
which is why
the one thing,
a Damian
hold on,
Wayne
hold on.
in this
The-
universe would never work.
The
bro.
reason why I want to get to the Joker so badly, I won't talk about it, is because I was messaging him. I was saying, who the fuck arrested this dude? He's not the Joker yet.
Hey, if
right?
you're about to say that, we might as well get into
no,
the Joker.
No. Well,
Might as well,
It's
you
'cause
know.
I want to
That
say
is-
it's
that
'cause
was the
wanna
next
talk-
topic I was
wanna
gonna go
talk
into.
about,
Okay,
like-
do you want? Let's just move on to the Joker then.
You want to?
But before we move on, can I just say my part, how I feel, like why I thought it was Two-Face and whatnot.
Oh yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Since we're gonna go to the topic of Joker, when Mario and I saw it, we thought it was Two-Face because, like I said, you saw the burn,
Burnt face.
and I understand, in the comic books, there's some variations of Joker where he has like a gritty face, he has, fucked up face.
Yep.
But I wasn't expecting. I thought, oh shit, could be Toothface, right? Because we see him like all scarred up and burned, like a shadow.
I will say
And-
that yes, I did for a second maybe think it was Two-Face.
Thank you, Hav. Thank you.
I did, but when he was like, "When you're nothing but a clown," and I was like, I
Right.
looked at my uncle because he unfortunately accidentally read the spoiler that Joker had a cameo.
Okay.
So when I heard that, I looked at him and he didn't look at me. He saw
Right.
me through his peripheral and he just smiled and he went. I was like, "What the fuck, Joker?" Right? But like when he said that, and then at the end where he's like, "Riddle me this." Like, what is I forgot what the riddle was.
Something
And then
like a
and then he's
comeback
like,
story.
yeah, he's like a friend. Like, and he's like, who are you? Riddler asks him who he is. And he's like, well, riddle me this. And he says the riddle. I forgot what it is. What's the answer? And Riddler goes, a friend. And he starts laughing. I'm like, that's Joker.
Right.
So when I heard people say, is that Two-Face? It's like,
No.
no, because did you not hear his laugh? Like,
Right.
that's very.
And then
I've never
him
heard
saying a
Two-Face
clown.
laugh like that. You
No,
know what I mean?
No, of course. Like I know what you're saying, but I was just so stuck, and I think I wanted it to be Two-Face, man. I wanted to see Two-Face again, and in this universe. And here's the thing, right? And I told this to Javi many times, but this is what I think, bro. Is I agree with Mario. I feel like showing Joker already in the end credits, I feel like it's too early, and honestly, because we have so many Jokers, man. Like, and not only that, I want to see. I understand, obviously, Joker is essential part of Batman. Especially in the comic books, especially like character development.
If we're being
and everything.
completely honest, Like, if I'm being brutally honest,
Yeah.
when I heard they were gonna make another Batman, rebooting it, not Ben Affleck, this is gonna be a Robert Pattinson Batman.
Uh-huh.
I immediately knew. I was like, well, then we're gonna get another Joker.
Right.
Right.
It's obvious. It's like when you make Spider-Man.
Right.
You're
Okay.
obviously gonna do Green Goblin.
Okay.
It's just his arch nemesis. It's the biggest villain he has. Obviously, you're gonna do it.
No, I'm.
In No Way Home, rather than just casting a Green Goblin, they brought back the best one they ever had, Willem Dafoe, and they just had him play him again.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But the thing is like, I'm not saying that I didn't want to see a new Joker or a Joker in this trilogy.
Right.
I just thought it was too early. Maybe the end credits of the second movie, maybe be the last movie, be
I
the
agree.
Joker.
I agree
And the
with that.
reason why I say that is because there's so many, like, yes, the Joker is an essential. He's a main fucking villain for the Batman. But there's so many other amazing villains out there that I want to see in the big screen in this universe with a script. If the script is going to, and the cinematography and everything is going to be like that, I want to see Deathstroke in there. I want to see Mr. Freeze in there. I want to see maybe, who fucking knows, Poison Ivy, Scarecrow, right? Fucking anybody, right? Like any of that bullshit. What?
You dick. That's what I told you through text.
No. But I've said that. No,
Danny,
listen,
out here exposing.
Wait. No. Hold on.
No,
Wait,
you
when
did.
was this? When was this?
I don't know.
Today?
Sometime this week.
Or yesterday?
Might have been yesterday. No,
Because I said this to Javi a long time ago.
2 days ago? I don't know.
I said this to him.
Keep going.
I said this to him last week.
Keep going.
Do you remember? I told
Yeah,
him
yeah,
last
I
week,
do.
so I didn't take your shit. I know you said that, but I said this to him last week. Because so when you said that, I agreed with you. Because there's so many amazing villains, Hav, that I feel like deserve that
spotlight.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
Because we've seen so many Jokers. Okay, if you want the Joker, I'm not saying not to. Fuck it, do it. Have it an end credit not in this first movie, end credit in the second movie, and then have the trilogy be the fucking Joker. You know what I mean? But then again, there's an argument where like, but maybe the Joker needs maybe 2 movies, right? Because it's a big like feud, it's a big thing.
Could be.
Who knows? But that's just my take, and that's why my brain was like so convinced that it was Two-Face. I hoped it was, but obviously now we know it's the Joker, and then we could finally move on to that.
See, I agree with everything you said, bro, and I'm on the same boat with you because I personally, honestly do think, Hav, seeing a Batman versus Deathstroke movie.
Oh my
that
God.
Was, you know how fucking raw. If we get prime Batman fighting skills, Batman, right? The detective combat Batman. we know from
Deathstroke
the
is such a
games,
good
and
character too.
Deathstroke, bro.
I fucking
Fight
love
scenes
him,
will
bro.
That
be
movie would
amazing.
be so
So,
fucking.
fun
I can only
fact.
I
imagine.
love him, man.
Fun fact: before they decided to reboot Batman, before it was the Robert Pattinson Batman, I don't know if you guys knew this, but the Batman solo movie that they were gonna make was a Ben
Yup.
Affleck Batman.
That's why they
from
teased
Justice
Deathstroke.
League, and Deathstroke was supposed to be the villain in that movie.
Because they teased them.
Played by the same-
Suicide
we've
Squad,
seen
right?
it.
And,
played
yeah,
by the
on
same
boat.
played by the same actor that we saw in Snyder Cut in that little like nightmare
Right.
sequence. The same, it's played by him.
Mm-hmm.
So that was supposed to be actually like set up for the Batman movie,
I'm gonna be
which
honest,
obviously is never gonna happen.
I wouldn't. If we would have gone to that movie, part of me would have said it would have flopped hard. That's just me. But
Interesting.
anyways, but I do agree with what he said with the Joker, and the reason why I am on board with that idea of Joker maybe needing 2 movies is because I know you know this, Hav. I'm sure you probably know, Mario. Matt Reeves said that this isn't Joker just yet. This is just some crazy ass dude who still has yet to be Joker.
Yeah.
Meaning, obviously, my one question being is, all right, what did he do to get arrested? And why the fuck is he burned? Right, that's my one question.
Because it looks like
and so
you said he's not.
Or maybe, well,
Like,
whoa,
he probably
to me, he looks like.
what he did, like what the fuck happened to him in year 1 Batman? Because they're saying that Batman already knows who the fuck this dude is, and that
he's had history with him.
yeah, he's already had.
He already
history
knows
with
who,
them.
like they've
Yeah.
interacted
So-
before.
So, you know, are we gonna get like a TV show of this Joker? Because I know
Probably
Joaquin
not.
Phoenix,
Fuck no.
Joaquin
I hope not.
Phoenix already has his own movie of the Joker. Or are we gonna get another solo movie?
Actually-
because the one thing I wouldn't really want them to do is to
Well,
go into like flashbacks.
We're getting a Penguin TV show.
What do you want to
But-
see, the Joker in the show or a movie? I feel like I want to see it in the movies instead of a TV show. But then I'm
You don't
kind of
think they would do that good?
But here's the
Yeah,
thing.
I feel like
get
the
you.
only
here's the
time
thing.
I would be
get you.
okay
Here's
with
the
him in a
thing.
TV show
I get you.
is if he had his own TV show. Imagine a Joker, but it's him. I'll be honest, I'm okay with it.
Here's the
Anything
thing.
else, I wouldn't want.
I don't
So
know.
we're getting a Penguin TV show
Right.
exclusively on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Just like what they did with Peacemaker.
Right.
And what Disney Plus is doing
Just
with
do
the
it
Marvel
for
shows, right?
Marvel shows.
And then Matt Reeves was like, we're also going to make a Gotham City Police Department,
Yep,
right?
that
GCPD
focus-
show that focuses it. But then they shelved it. They
Did
canceled
they?
it. They shelved it.
Oh, I did not know
And they're
that.
like, no, you know what? We're not going to continue off with that show because I kind of want to pursue a different TV show. And they want to, instead of doing that Gotham City Police Department show where like Jim Gordon was supposed to be the main character and shit, they're like, we're going to, I want to, instead of that, I want to make an Arkham show that focuses on the asylum
Yup,
and
everybody
the
who's in
inmates
there,
and shit.
yup.
So we might get more Joker possibly in that
See,
show.
The reason why I would rather see a show over a movie, bro, is because a show
For the Joker?
you can pretty much for the Joker, because
Okay.
you can show as much fucked up and gory shit that you want on the show than more on a TV show or than more on the
And
movie.
I guess
sorry.
they don't have to rush
and they
things.
don't have to rush
Right.
exactly. You know, because
Yeah.
the last thing I would want to have personally, me, you know, seeing Batman 2, Batman 3, and they show like flashbacks to what the fuck happened to him, you know, without getting like a good backstory on him, you know, because personally what makes the characters, one, the character development and his or her backstory, you know. Everybody knows Spider-Man's, Batman's, you know, he does what he does because he saw his parents get murdered in front of him, and that's why I was gonna talk about the theory with like his batarang being the pistol handle of Joe, what's his name,
Joe Chill.
Joe Chill's handgun, is because
Which now we
is
don't even
because-
know if that's actually
Yeah,
the
we
dude
don't know,
because
but
it could just be some random hit guy,
I hope they-
hitman that was hired by Falcone.
I hope they do say that is.
But still, it was
you
still
know,
a cool
part of that.
scene. I was like, whoa. What the
I do
fuck?
hope that is part of that, because if it is, that would just make his backstory be a lot better, because it would tell the audience, be like, all right, this motherfucker does all this, and he holds the one thing that killed his parents, you know, so he tries to prevent this from happening to other people, you know, that type of shit. But I am on board with what you said, you know, maybe Joker appearing in
Yeah.
2 or 3 movies, but
I honestly didn't mind it.
what?
Him appear. Well, okay. Well, here's my thing. I did feel that the scene with the Joker in it, like, yeah, it was cool because I'm like, oh shit, we're gonna get another Joker in this world, in this version of Batman. But it did feel out of place. It did feel like maybe this was a reshoot.
Oh, hell yeah.
Maybe this like was like a scene that they added after the
Thank
movie
God
started.
they didn't put this scene in, honestly.
No,
That's how I feel.
no. The scene that we actually got in the movie.
Oh, I think they meant the
No,
cut scene.
The cut
No.
scene,
Oh,
That
okay,
deleted
okay.
scene
I
was
think-
a
yeah.
better Joker scene than the one we got in the movie.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
It was a good scene, but I'm
It's too
glad
early.
I'm glad they didn't put
Yeah.
that whole scene in the movie.
I agree with you, bro.
You know, if they,
No,
fine.
I'm glad they didn't put it, but it's a
Right.
better scene. I
No,
would've-
yeah, of
Oh, yeah, of
course, of
course.
course.
It was a way better scene than the one we got where he's talking to Riddler.
No, definitely, bro.
'Cause that
yeah.
one just felt like it felt like they didn't need to put it in there, but they did it for the sake of
Right.
getting fans hyped. But it's
right,
like, eh.
right.
And the one thing too, bro, I'm aiming at you, Barber,
Uh-huh.
or Hector for you folks. I call him Barber. But anyways, is
What?
I know everybody knows this. You cannot not have a Batman without having a Joker.
That's what I said.
It's just
Yeah.
It's like yin and yang, bro. Like those two motherfuckers are meant for each other. And with the whole Jason Todd, right? The dude,
Red Hood, yeah.
Red Hood is, I do hope, if they do bring him in, that's the only Robin they bring in. But it's
Because
just
then
I'm
it
very,
introduces
I'm very
a new
iffy.
character.
That, and I'm just, because it would show everybody, that one, as much as I'm sure Batman would want to kill him, he can't go against his number one code is the no killing.
Yeah.
You know.
But then again, bro, the thing where I kind of want to avoid is the whole time travel, dimension magic bullshit. Right now, I just want to keep it simple because that's how Jason Todd is resurrected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, that's how Jason Todd is resurrected, and I kind of just want to stay away from that. We've seen it too much with Marvel. Let's just keep it slow. But
that's
I
Marvel's
do,
thing,
but
bro.
I do want to see Red Hood, and not because like I guess, he's a good character and whatnot, and obviously all the other Robins are good. It's just I really like that character. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest with you. I just really like that character, and I want to see him.
No,
But,
I'd like to see him too, but
And the storyline is really cool. You know what I mean?
it is a good
Fucking
storyline.
Robin
It's a great
to
storyline.
Red Hood, be like, how could you do this? And it's just, I don't know. I just really like it a lot. It's one of my favorite storylines from the comic books. But I guess let's move on to
The deleted scene.
the deleted scene of the Joker. Javi, starting with Javi or Mario. What did you guys? You saw it, Mario, or
Yeah, I saw it a couple days ago.
Okay.
I saw
What
it
what did you
the
guys?
day it dropped on YouTube. I saw it twice.
Damn.
I saw it like when I went on my break.
He was watching it while he was listening to it while he was sleeping.
I was watching it at work while
I was
driving,
watching
bro.
it like at lunch, and then on my second break, I saw it again. Because like the first time, like I was kind of like half paying attention to it because I only had one AirPod in. But then on my second break, there were like less people in the break room. I had both of them in, and I was actually listening to the dialogue.
What'd you think, Hoff?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I really really liked it.
With
It
like
was
his
really well done.
like his appearance?
His
or-
appearance is I
I like the
Did you have
appearance
any
how they
closing-
teased it.
They
You know what I
never
mean?
showed a
I like
clear
that.
well they did show a clear shot of like
Parts.
his eyes
Like
and
parts.
then
Yeah, like
eventually
this.
you see his mouth,
His jaw,
but
yeah.
like you never actually see like a
whole
full
face.
face reveal, and that's interesting because maybe they're still trying to like tease it to you, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's like, well, we don't get to see it till like in a future movie or
Mm-hmm.
something like that, but like that whole scene was really well done. Like just the way the Joker talked, the way that he acted, the way his mannerisms, it was very like Joker. Like, and it was, I guess it's like it's like a relief to see a Joker interact with Batman this well when the last time we got it was fucking garbage because Jared
Right.
Leto, we don't talk about the
Oh my
motherfucker.
God. What were they
Who?
thinking with that shit?
Who?
I don't know.
On some G like,
Exactly,
on some,
right?
Like,
Exactly.
like some G shit, bro. Like what the fuck were they
And like,
thinking with
and
that?
like Joaquin Phoenix Joker will never ever interact
Bro,
with Batman.
Danny could play a better Joker than that motherfucker.
Because he,
You know that one
Yeah,
scene when
bro.
he's like,
Fucking Danny has a
Bro.
beard.
bro, you know that one scene when the Jared Leto Joker is like laying on the ground,
Oh, with the knives around
and
him?
now all the
Oh my
that
God.
when I first saw that, I was like, bro, what the fuck is this?
No, man.
That's
He
where I
got
lost all
grills and
respect.
shit.
I was like, nah, bro.
okay,
I don't see
I'm
this
actually
motherfucker.
okay. So a lot of people give
Oh.
Jared Leto Joker shit
That's true.
for the grills.
Which they should.
Oh, but
Don't give me a butt.
It's
I
a
don't wanna hear
okay.
it, but-
No, no,
As soon
no.
as I
Hear
saw it,
me
I think
out.
I
I know. I
Let
think
me
I know what
hear
he's
you
Hear
talking
me
about.
out.
I think I know what
It's
he's talking
okay.
about.
It's a grill for the actor. It's a grill because it's fake teeth. But in the movies, in the comic book, that's not a grill. That's metal teeth. Because it's because the direct. Thank you, Mario.
Yeah.
The director said that that's not a grill. It's metal teeth from history that he's had with Batman.
Right.
Knocking his teeth out. And like, so he has had to put
They should have,
like
But-
teeth put
but they
in.
should have made it more
Obvious.
more obvious to look like that. Because you could clearly tell it's the grills. You know what I mean? In my
Yeah.
opinion, that's just
Well,
to me,
yeah,
I could
because
tell.
it's like the actor wearing them.
Of course,
But like I knew beforehand that
Yeah.
that wasn't supposed to be a grill. It was teeth that he had knocked. That he had got
Yeah, of
knocked out
course.
from history with Batman. Like that,
Yeah.
I liked. I was like, okay, that I kind of like because it shows like the history between Joker and Batman. That's probably the only thing I liked
Yeah, I
about
kn-
Joker.
Me personally, bro, I didn't like it. Even like obviously in the comic books, you know, he has them. I personally just didn't really. To me, I feel like that didn't really stand out to me like from the Joker. I don't know. That's just me personally. You
I
know
see
what I
where
mean?
you're going with that, Hav. It's just with me, bro. You know, it's just
I
it's
personally
like
didn't like it.
it's just I'm more used to knowing the Joker as like this psychotic, you know, motherfucker that kills people, that does shit, you know, ruthless shit.
This
And
man-
and it's just me.
This man was trying to
seeing like Joker
seduct
with
me.
tats, bro. Seeing that like haste tat that he had in his in the back of his fucking hand, bro, and he like go like that, cover his mouth.
I feel like this
like
Joker
it was
would
like,
make
bro, come on.
TikToks.
And then his short hair, I didn't fuck
That's like the way
with.
to describe it.
You know, I didn't fuck
Yo,
with the
this,
short
this,
hair.
he said this Joker like would make TikToks.
That's like the vibe I get from like, I'm like, this
Yeah,
motherfucker will
like,
make a
like
TikTok.
like more like a more like a Gen Z type of Joker or some
Yeah.
shit. Like I don't know.
I mean, shit. All the girls went for a
Hey,
while for
hey,
I mean, it makes
Jared
sense.
Leto?
That's
Yeah,
Everardo's
of course,
Jared
Joker.
Leto was a great Joker
No, he wasn't.
in Snyder Cut.
I guess.
He was
Oh,
a
were they-
brute.
oh, yeah, yeah.
He was
Because
definitely
they changed
he clearly held back the overacting he did in Suicide Squad. He wasn't like as bad. He was a better, properly done Joker than he was in Suicide Squad. He was overacting and he was changing his voice and yeah, it's weird. Fuck. But him as Joker in the Snyder Cut, just that one scene in the end, that was a better version of a Joker than what we got in Suicide Squad. I almost would have liked for them to retcon that version of Joker, and it's like, if you want to give us a Jared Leto Joker, give us the one from the Snyder Cut.
No,
'cause
yeah.
that one was better. He had no face tats. That hair,
had longer
like, the
hair, too.
longer hair. He didn't overact. Like his acting as the Joker was more like focused. It wasn't like overacting where he had to so desperately show the audience that he was crazy. Like it was more focused. It was more contained. That version of Joker, Jared Leto Joker, great job. But not the version from Suicide Squad. Like, dude, you just
Bro, that movie was so bad. They said we got to reboot this bitch.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
And
I
ignore
didn't
it,
like
so-
the makeup in the Snyder Cut Joker. I didn't like the way his makeup
Oh,
looked.
like it was too like bright or something?
No, because I don't know if you guys
Like
saw,
it was too coated?
Like this motherfucker painted his mouth all the way. It looked like down to his chin. Like he made the smile, the red smile.
Honestly, bro,
Yeah.
I forgot how.
And his whole face
forgot how
was
he
white,
looks,
and like
bro.
that's what he had. I don't know if I'm just so used to right now, like focusing and like watching like Joaquin Phoenix's
Bro,
Joker.
because the
you
last
know?
time we saw that Joker
Or-
Mario was like a year ago or some shit. I don't even know.
What,
bro.
the Snyder Cut Joker?
Yeah, it was like,
we saw it when it came out, bro.
Whenever that shit came out, bro.
dude, like what?
Yeah.
How long?
Came out during
Hav?
COVID. Pretty sure.
Like
I think
fucking a
so.
year and a half ago or some shit. I don't even
I
know,
don't
bro.
know, bro.
No, man, that's not even 4 hours long, Mario. We out here tripping, man. I was
I
low-key
didn't
like,
mind it, bro.
you did it, but low key my buns were hurting, boy.
Hell no.
My cheeks were hurting for sitting too long, man.
See,
Hell no.
But
I
it was
didn't-
way better. It was way better than
I
the
didn't
normal
wanna-
Justice League.
I watched it, but I didn't want to watch it at the same time because I knew from watching the first Justice League,
Yeah.
bro, that shit put a fucking bullet through my heart because I was like, bro, you made a fucking joke out of all of these special characters, bro. Your top special characters, you made these guys look like a complete fucking joke. That was just my thing.
give this to Hector.
Yeah, show me. I forgot.
Like,
Oh
look,
yeah.
like, look, what the fuck is that, bro?
Yeah.
I don't like how he did that red, you know.
Okay,
like,
you know,
stuff. His hair looks he looks dope.
I
with his hair
agree.
that
I agree
long.
with Javi. He looks way better than the Suicide Joker.
And if you want, actually, fuck. I was gonna say if you want, you can swipe because there's the Suicide Squad Joker. So if you want, to
where he's smiling, or no, sorry.
Oh no, here. So let me.
This
show
one
you.
looks pretty raw. Look, wait, let me show this out.
Go ahead.
That looks pretty raw. I like that one. Where he's like smiling like that. No,
Yeah,
but
he
this
looks
Joker,
creepy.
this Joker is definitely better than the fucking
Suicide.
Suicide
Yeah, so
Squad
here, let me
one.
show you the
Man,
Fuck, how
definitely.
are you gonna hit with that belt?
My bad.
know,
Yo,
right?
Javi just took off his belt
My
right
fault.
now.
My fault. It was feeling tight. Okay, right now swipe. Look at the difference.
Let me
No,
see,
man.
bro.
The difference is night and
He's
day.
trying to laugh.
It's no, it's actually night and day, bro.
So Hector is looking
So
at a
swipe
photo
this way.
from Jared Leto Joker from Suicide Squad, and then he's swiping to see
I
the
don't want to see
Snyder
that
cut.
shit no more, bro. Don't get that shit away from me, bro.
No, bro. Yeah.
But you see
this-
the difference? Like, obviously, he looked better. Not only that, he acted better in
No,
the Snyder
definitely.
cut.
No,
that
yeah.
version of Joker was better. And I give props to Jared Leto. Like, when I heard Jared Leto was going to be Joker, this was the Joker I expected. Not the one from Suicide Squad.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Hob. I thought the Joker we got in the Batman movie was gonna be the type of Joker Jared Leto would have played.
What do you mean? In what Batman movie? This Batman
Yeah,
movie?
this Batman.
Oh.
Movie, I thought the way this Joker looks, I thought that's how his Joker was gonna look.
Like, all fucked up
All
and shit?
fucked up and all like I don't know what, bro. Only because that's when they started going the whole like DCEU route with
Yeah,
the whole
yeah, yeah.
stupid universe that they tried making, and which, by the way, I don't know why they're still making shows when the Flash movie's gonna
I don't know.
I'm
bro.
gonna stop talking.
The DCU and just DC like in general is just really is messy, bro. It's just messy. But going back to the Joker from the Batman,
Oh yes.
like I said this earlier to Javi, and I think Danny agrees with me.
So,
Is the whole nitpicking with Joker was amazing, right? I like that. I like the scene a lot. I like the chemistry that's hinting that we already have a chemistry and you can see it. And I like how they did with like his face. He's all fucked up and shit. And there's great potential to be this person to be maybe the
You know who's
best.
playing him, right?
Yeah, the dude from
Eternals.
What's his
Druid.
fucking name?
I don't know his name, but he's from
Druid.
Eternals.
Druid, right? That dude. Yeah. Which is crazy because I kind of don't recognize him,
Yeah.
But the nitpick thing that I have, I'm not saying it's a fucking bad Joker. I'm saying it looks fucking amazing. There's potential, and I mentioned this to Hav, is that you get a hint of Heath Ledger's Joker, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? If anything, it's a compliment. Heath Ledger did a great job with Joker. That this person is taking some of that with him. You could hear a bit of Heath Ledger's Joker in
I
there.
agree.
And
I agree. Oh my god.
the only nitpick that I have, Hav, is like what it is I want to see his Joker. I don't want to see a hint of anyone else's like Joker, like even if it's the voice. And obviously you can see hint of Joker the way they act or whatever. That's perfectly fine. But if you're like kind of in a way making your voice sound similar to a previous Joker, like, I don't know. To me, I'm just nitpicking at that point. I'm not saying it's terrible. I'm excited. He looks amazing. I think he did a great job as playing as a Joker that scene. It's just that one nitpick is I prefer to see him do his own version of Joker and his own way of speaking, you know, rather than giving a hint of Heath Ledger's Joker. That's what I wanted.
I agree.
That's my only nitpick, you know.
I could see that, and I respect that.
But he did. Other than that, bro, it's fucking good. I like it a lot.
I'm really curious to see how he's gonna, you know, how
I would like
he's gonna be in the movies, bro.
I'd
and
like
his
for them
makeup.
to explore, maybe in a sequel or whatever, the history that he had with this Joker. Because if you watch that scene, one of the first lines that the Joker tells Batman through the glass is like, "Oh, it's almost our anniversary." And I'm like, anniversary? Like, so, because, like, Matt Reeves said, like, that this Joker and this Batman have interacted in the past.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, oh, it's almost our anniversary. It's like, okay, so their interaction was last year, a year ago. But, like, what happened? What was the interaction?
Exactly.
Was it...
We'll probably get a flashback or something. I don't know.
You know what I mean? Or maybe not even that. Like, maybe they don't have to show us...
A flashback?
Maybe it doesn't have to be a flashback. Maybe it's, like, a dialogue.
Right.
Where it's like, do you remember that night? Like, you know, maybe they just explain what happens. Or maybe the implication of what happened that night kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Or maybe, like, there's a news report where it's like, well, the Joker is causing chaos. And the last time we heard of this person causing chaos in Gotham was when he was with the vigilante on the night of, you know, Halloween, where blah, blah, blah. Like maybe something like that where it's like, it's not so much a flashback, but more so context clues. You can put something together and it's like, oh, this happened. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, I personally really liked the scene. It's a better Joker scene than the one we got in the movie where he's just talking to the Riddler and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, when I saw it, I was like, oh shit. But then again,
it's kind of like a teaser. You know what I mean? It's kind of like to tease you.
Yeah.
It's not really like the deleted scene where, like, there he is. You clearly know it's him. Whatever. This is just like a little like you're dipping your toe in the water type of scene. That's how I see it.
No, yeah, and that's why it's better. Mm-hmm. And I get why they cut the scene out.
Yeah.
For the deleted scene, I get why they cut it out, and I guess it is better for the movie to just tease the Joker rather than giving you a full-fledged scene. Mm-hmm. But no, yeah, this scene, that deleted scene of the Batman, I liked a lot, actually, and it gets me excited to see what's
gonna happen.
This version of Joker could potentially be.
Gonna break out and shit, be killing motherfuckers.
I don't know if you read the messages in the group chat I sent, bro. Where I think I told you, Hector.
What?
Where I was saying that if they're gonna give this Joker some sort of backstory as to how, you know, why he looks the way he looks, you know, blood on his fingers.
I don't think it was the group chat.
Did I send it to you?
It was just us talking through
so
text.
I sent it to him. So I told him there's two routes these guys can go, and I would be perfectly fine, right? And I'll explain why. Yeah. The first way is where it's the Killing Joke, where it's somewhat of a Joker backstory, where he, you know, he basically goes to the mob and he does shit with the mob so he can fix a disease for his wife, and then he eventually gets caught. And he falls into this dump of acid. You know which one I'm talking about? Yeah. So that makes his face all white and all that shit, and that makes him insane, mentally insane. And then he goes on his like whatever parade. But then there's another Joker story or another Batman story. It's A Death in the Family. Yeah. Where he kills Jason Todd and he himself sews his.
That's the storyline.
He cuts his own, you know, face off. And he sews it back on. I hope they go with that one.
They did that in the Gotham TV show.
Yeah, I heard that.
I actually never seen that.
I never have either. I tried watching the first season. I couldn't get into it.
I heard it was really bad.
But
all I know is I saw the last like minute of the show, and because he becomes Batman, and you see it.
I've been told by people that season 2 they fixed a lot of issues that season 1 had, and now it's a really good.
Is it?
It was I've heard Gotham is now like, because like season 1 I thought I couldn't get into it. So I stopped watching, but I heard people say that season 2 fixed the problem season 1 had, and then 3, 4, 5, like the show became really, really good.
There's a lot of seasons.
Yeah.
Catwoman's in that show.
But yeah, but
I
I
that's,
heard
Riddler.
that. I
think
heard that
Riddler's in it.
show was good.
but that's what I was telling Hector, that they have two possible
pretty
story.
cool.
I hope they go with that one, because like this dude looks fucking crazy, bro.
Hell
And he's
yeah.
not even the Joker yet. So I'm trying to see this dude do some fucked up shit to himself and to like the people, innocent people. Because the tone that we got for the first Batman movie, it was a dark fucking movie. Just by what we saw the Riddler did to the mayor, how he fucking butchered him with like a trophy or something
Yeah.
in the back of the skull, and he taped him. He taped his
It
face.
said with a trophy.
It was the carpet tool.
Oh, it's
that
the carpet
The
tool.
Tucker.
Sorry.
The
that
Tucker.
Batman
Tucker.
Tucker.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it
that he used to when he pulled the rug and then all the map was there and shit.
So we got that from the Riddler. Who's to say we can't get something as fucked up or is more fucked up by the Joker?
Probably, bro.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm trying to see all these other villains. And that's why I hope they do what Hector said: leave the Joker till further movies down the road.
But like we didn't even let Mario talk as much. What do you think
What'd you
about
think,
this
Mario?
new Joker, Mario? What do you think, bro?
The Mario.
What do you think, man?
Talk.
Talk your heart out, bro.
I mean, I like it. I wish they didn't tease it. Be honest
So
with
you wish that they didn't tease him at all
Yeah.
from the first movie? Okay.
I feel like what we got was enough. I feel like if they would have included that deleted scene, I feel like it would have.
I agree with that.
It would have.
I think it was
people
enough.
People would not have cared about Riddler. Everybody would be focused on Joker. I'm like, if they included that deleted scene?
Yeah,
If I'm being honest with you, because I feel like it would have taken away from Riddler.
definitely.
Because they would have been like, well, who gives a fuck about Riddler?
I agree
Joker's
with you.
in this bitch.
I
now.
agree with you.
So I like that they left at the end. Personally, I wish they wouldn't have put it in, but
Oh. But yeah, go on.
Okay, I was waiting for you.
Oh no,
I
no,
was like, what the fuck is he doing?
Danny
No,
was
I
just
agree
switching
with
seats.
everything you said, Mario. No,
But
I had to move from the
I mean,
top.
I don't hate it. At the same time, I don't love it. Like I'm with it. I'm with it.
Whoever
But
wants to come.
no, it's too late. We're about to wrap it up either way.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like I said, I'm with it. Personally, I wish they didn't do it, but overall, I like it. That's what I'm trying to say. I wish they wouldn't have it, but I like it.
Right.
Still think it's too early.
All right,
Well,
Oh, go on. You're
Well,
about to
I
add
was
some
just
other
gonna
things?
say I'd like to end it off on who you guys would prefer for the villain to be in the next movie. Who would you guys want to? If it could
Well-
be any villain, who would you guys like?
If
to
they're
see?
already teasing it, Joker is definitely a contender.
No. Like, well, we'll say Joker will be in the second movie. They'll basically pull a Dark Knight. Well, they'll have where they'll have Two-Face and the Joker. But he'll be back and forth. Like how they played it off in the Dark Knight. Joker
Okay.
will be in there,
Possible.
but he'll live. He'll live
Possible.
on to be in the rest of the movies. But Batman's main focus would be on whoever villain that you want to see.
If I'm being honest, and it might be a little bit of a shocker, I honestly wouldn't mind seeing Poison Ivy. I wouldn't mind.
Alright.
I would.
She'd be a good.
I feel like for some weird reason I thought she was gonna be in this movie. It just gave me the vibe like I feel like Poison Ivy's gonna be in this. I don't know why.
she's
There's
a
no
good,
hint towards it. I just feel like
she's a good character. Like she's a good character, but I don't see her just coming out of nowhere. Like you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, but I don't know. I'm just saying like, but
It
he
feels-
just said who we want to see.
it
I'm like,
feels
I want to see
too.
Poison Ivy.
It's a character that's too super powered
Yeah.
to fit in this world. Like the Hector
Right.
said, it's supposed to be more realistic and
Yeah.
shit. For someone to come in with the power to control plants, it just kind
Yeah.
of feels out of place.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe I wouldn't see that.
Okay, then
The
who are okay?
Court of Owls sounds interesting. I didn't even
No,
know who
yeah.
they were until Danny at work told me who they
Oh,
were.
he told you. Okay.
Because I was like,
Okay.
I've heard of them, bro. And there's even a video game coming out this year, the Gotham Knights,
Court of, they,
It got delayed.
and the Court of. Well, but it's still coming out this
doesn't
year, isn't it?
I heard
Or next
rumors of the
I-
Court
it's
of
either
Owls
this year or
being
next
in
year, I forgot.
Batgirl.
Yeah, I wanted to play. I know.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I was
Did
hyped.
you hear about
I
that?
heard that too.
There's
I don't-
rumors of Court of Owls being in Batgirl.
Oh,
I
That's
heard-
that's
I heard
I heard
those too,
I heard those rumors that there's a scene or there's actually like a picture of like a bookcase and it shows like magazines and one of the magazines is the Gotham Tattler, which is like a news outlet from the animated series, the Gotham Tattler, and it says like in the titles like Court of Owls, like some shit like that. So people are speculating, holy shit, is Court of Owls gonna be a thing in Batgirl? You know what I mean? So that's what I've heard. I have no idea, honestly, what the fuck is gonna happen or if it's true. But that's what I've seen and that's what I've heard. So I don't know.
Right. See, Well, you go ahead, bro. Mario said Poison Ivy. Javi
Okay,
said Court of Owls. Who would you like to see, bro?
You know, obviously, what Javi says that makes the most sense, right? But I'm right now? I'm gonna name a character that obviously it's not gonna make sense to bring up, right?
Who,
Like
bro?
out of, I think you know who, bitch.
Bane.
Tell me, girl.
No, not Bane.
Oh.
Deathstroke, bro. I would like to see fucking
My guy.
Deathstroke, dude.
Yup.
Like obviously, it doesn't obviously you know it's a long shot. It wouldn't make sense.
Right.
But I would like to see him, bro. I would
I
like
like
to
that
see
too,
him in
bro.
the silver screen in this type of universe, in this script, in this cinematography. You know what I
like
mean?
that, bro.
I would like to fucking
the
see
fight
him.
scenes would be lit.
I fucking love him, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I would
Deathstroke
love
is
to
my
see those
guy.
fights.
In the
Scenes.
comics, when Batman and Deathstroke first met, Deathstroke rocked his
Yeah,
shit.
bro. He rocked.
Because
the shit
he's
out of
way
it.
more like combat skilled.
Mhm.
So I
He's
guess
got
if
his
they were to
fucking
introduce him, it
swords.
would make sense if Deathstroke just whooped Batman, bro.
Yup.
Yeah.
And you really
It
gotta
would
play
make
the
sense
game
if he's
type
still a
And then-
Batman that still needs to be
You
fully
would love the
fledged.
game.
Think about it. That's
Yeah.
what would motivate him to
Yo,
learn how to be.
people who listen to this shit, and even you guys are gonna hate me. I've never played the Batman games.
You gotta, bro.
Oh, you-
The
well,
only
that's-
times I
they're
played,
good.
remember when we would go to our cousin's house and like we just like be in the infinite like combo sequences,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
That's all I played, but I didn't play like the story.
You
and
should,
shit.
bro. They're
bro.
good. They're
They're
good.
good, yeah. But play
I
Spider-Man.
gotta check it out.
Play Spider-Man.
It's been, dude, it's right there. How long?
I know. We're playing it tonight.
How long? Has it
not
been?
that
It's
long,
been
bro.
20. No, how long has
He
it
said
been
20
since
years.
it
You
came?
about to say 20 years?
No, I was
He's
gonna say
had that
2018.
Spider-Man game for at least
Oh,
3
okay.
years. No bullshit.
It's been 4 years, bro.
Bro, it's just
Spider-Man
Bro,
2.
that
No, I
game-
know, man.
Spider-Man 2 is coming out next year.
Dude.
I bet you he thinks Eddie Brock's Venom when it's not.
Bro, I'm just so
Hell no.
behind. I'm just so behind on video games, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's so many video games I still have to play.
You just got.
But I'm so behind. I know, man. I know. It's just, you know what it is? It's like Everardo points this out. Even with movies and shows, I would be way far behind from you guys.
I know, motherfucker. You still have yet to watch Attack on Titans,
All right, bro.
bro. You
But,
know they postponed the ending, right?
bro.
Till April.
Oh, for
So
real?
you have until April,
All right,
bro.
but
to
okay.
watch
Listen.
that
Let me
shit.
get my point. So what Everardo pointed out that I never really thought of, and I'm like, oh shit, like you're kind of right, is that I think too much of like, oh, I have this many shows to watch. What am I gonna watch? And same with video games. I have this many games to play. What am I gonna play? That I think about it so much that I just don't choose one.
But realistically,
Does that make
how
sense?
Many,
That's
how many
facts,
games
though.
and how many movies you got?
I've
to
run
pick
into
out,
that
bro?
situation before.
That I still have to watch.
No, yeah, like how many from all those do you have to?
Bro, he wants to
realistically
play
pick
so
out?
many.
There's-
and watch
there's a
so
lot,
many
dude.
shows.
Give me name me like three, bro.
Like
Three
we already
what?
know. We already know Spider-Man.
Give me quick like three video games you want to play.
3 video games that I still have. Okay, Spider-Man. I still haven't even beat the fucking The Walking Dead, right? I still haven't even finished that. I still, what else? Where is he? A Plague Tale. That's I have it on my Xbox.
Oh yeah, I plan on playing that.
What
too.
else? Let me see if I can find
Elden
any.
Ring.
Elden Ring. Fucking what else?
Oh, man.
They're on my Xbox. I can't name you all of them, but there's still a lot.
He wants to play Horizon. He wants to play Dying
And,
Light 2. He wants to play Bioshock.
Dying Light
he
2,
wants to play
Bioshock,
Dragon Age. He wants
Ghost.
to play Witcher. He wants to play Ghost of Tsushima. He
There's
wants
a
to
lot,
play-
bro.
Oh, I still gotta play Ghost
There's
of Tsushima.
tons of
Bro,
games I
dude, I heard
recommend
it's
him. He's
really
like, bro, I
good.
want to play that game.
I
I'm like, bro,
started
just
playing it, but I
play
fell
it.
off.
Just
Favorite
start
play
one.
Spider-Man. But look,
Bro.
bro, look.
All right.
Really
Anyways,
quick
we're out
before-
topic.
Just so we can,
You
end
wrap this up. Yeah.
Just so we can wrap it up. I like to see the Court of Owls only because, everything that Batman knew about his family and from when they died has all been, a bunch of lies to him.
Yeah.
Ever since what's his name? Falcone?
Yeah,
Falcone?
Carmine Falcone.
After he told
Which,
him
by the way, is
everything
funny
about his
'cause
mommy
they
and
say
daddy,
It's
bro.
either Falcone or Falcone.
Falcone, yeah.
They're both the same. It's like Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? People call him Ra's.
Yeah.
Ooh, imagine him. Nah.
I don't know how he would fit in, but
Yeah,
the only
'cause
reason
he-
why
If
I
they
say
do
the
like a
Court-
realistic Ra's
It
al
is
Ghul,
literally
like in Dark,
Resurrection,
like in
bro.
the Batman Begins,
Yeah.
that'd be pretty cool. But
But I'd like
we'll
to see the Court of Owls so he can learn more about his family history, because they already talked about it and they mentioned his family basically being the reason why the Riddler. So think about it. He'd be like, you know what else have my parents have done that is fucked up to this community? And while they're trying to rebuild Gotham, that's how he finds his way to becoming Bruce
What
Wayne.
if the Court of Owls were inspired by Riddler?
Ooh, I didn't really
To
think about that.
further-
What if they take
further-
this chance because now that Gotham's a shit show to run everything?
To be
bro.
like, now's our chance to fucking
To know-
attack,
Oh, fuck,
Yup,
bro.
to
I don't
run
even
everything,
know,
bro.
man.
dude.
I don't know. And Batman goes undercover as Bruce Wayne, and he's like, "I'm here to represent the Wayne family."
Yeah.
Because it's the founding families of
Mhm.
Gotham, yeah. I don't know.
he
I like
pulls
to
up.
see the Court of Owls though, bro.
Wow. Okay. Well, to wrap it up, because we're already like we
gotta
hit the
give our
2 hour
score.
mark. We're gonna go around and give our verdict. Okay. Like
Our ranking,
Yeah.
our rating, basically.
rating.
I'll just
Sorry.
give you a rating. Give what your favorite part. Like I just want to really
So,
love.
so
you want to
so,
wait?
so,
What you want to give a rating and then talk about your
like-
favorite
your
part?
favorite part?
Like talk about like what you love, but
Okay.
quick.
I'm down.
I mean, I
Go
think we already
first.
talked about what we
Mario,
like.
Go first, bro. Go first, Mario.
We could just
Let
So-
Mario go
Like-
first.
okay. All right.
Like for example, for me, I'll probably give Batman a 10 out of 10 because not only did I really love the story, I love the shooting of this film. How every scene, like Hector said, it stood out to me. To like the highway scene when his car.
Man.
that was a good.
I forgot
scene.
who was he chasing? Penguin, right? He was chasing the
Penguin,
Penguin,
bro.
and he literally goes through the fire, and then he slowly walks up to Penguin, and it's raining. I'm just like, bro, like what the fuck?
Fun fact: the stunt where the Batmobile jumps the ramp through the fire was real.
I'm gonna say it looked real.
He said that
Yeah.
he said that it wasn't CGI, it wasn't special effect.
Yep.
That was them literally driving a car up a ramp through fire. That shit was real.
Another
Yeah.
thing, since you're mentioning, fun fact, I'm pretty sure, like I've seen this. I'm pretty sure you have too. Where where Patterson says, "I'm vengeance." That whole sequence, like that was improvised because originally the script supposedly was when the dude says, "Who the fuck are you?" or whatever. Patterson says, "I'm vengeance," and then he beats the fuck out of him. But what Patterson did was he beats the fuck out of him first, and then he says, "I'm vengeance." That's what I've seen.
Yeah, that's
So-
cool.
So
But-
I don't know. Like I said, that's what I've seen. Don't quote me on that.
Let's go ask
I'm
him,
gonna.
bro. Let's go ask him.
Yeah, bro. Let me call him. Let me call him up right
bro.
now. Hey, bro. Yo, bring your whip too. Bring that Batmobile.
Hey man, I
real
want to
quick.
ride in that hole, but that
For
shit
real.
was
Bring
fun.
that whip real quick.
But this movie, it's a good
Oh, yeah.
first step. It's a good first
Oh,
movie.
fuck
Everything
yeah,
about
man.
it, I love to the point where
DC
it really showed that he was a detective in this one, which I actually
Uh-huh.
wanted to really see because we didn't get it in the other ones. But overall, loved it. 10 out of 10.
DC is going in the right direction, bro.
Yes.
Well, like Shazam, the 2019 was it 2019 Joker? Was it 2019?
Yes.
This movie where they learned their lessons because they shot themselves in the foot with the fucking Batman v Superman and then
Only in
Justice
the
League.
foot?
They killed themselves, right?
Alright.
So they're stepping in the right direction where they're making solo movies and they're not trying to connect them. They're taking it slow and it shows. And I hope, right, that the next movies coming along are gonna be just as good. You know what I mean? The only time will tell. But yeah, I guess your rating.
Same. 10 out of 10.
Alright.
It's a 10 out of 10 film, bro.
Alright.
It's like I said, it's the Batman movie that I've been wanting to see.
And bro, the
In a
fucking
very
score
long
though.
time.
We didn't even talk about the score.
The music, yeah.
Oh,
The music's fire,
The
bro.
music.
Bro,
Gee, the
music speaks
theme.
for
The
itself.
That
theme is
fucking
so good,
theme.
bro.
The
It's
music
the way it
speaks for
starts
itself.
and then
Bro,
like it amps up like
Bro.
more climatic and
I'm
shit.
fucking cheesing right now, but
Bro, it's good. But yeah, 10 out of
my
10.
face hurted from smiling, bro. I'm a fucking nerd.
Call
bro.
him Joker. Did you know that this?
He's a call me Joker.
But did you know that this version of Joker? Matt Reeves said that this
Yeah.
version of Joker is actually a version that he was born with a disorder
So like,
Oh.
where he can't stop
oh,
smiling.
Interesting.
oh, I heard that. Yes,
Oh,
I did
yeah.
hear that.
So he was born with the disorder that he can't stop smiling. Like his face looking fucked up and like burned and shit. That could be from like an interaction with Batman, like you said, the whole acid thing. But he did say that this is a version of Batman with a disorder, where he cannot stop smiling. Like his face is just, like Jack Nicholson's Joker.
Yeah.
But okay, so real quick. I can't even speak right now. Real quick. What do you? I wonder what the fuck is gonna make the Joker, right? Because usually, you've seen animated films, even the comic books. He's a normal fucking dude. He falls into this radioactive waste, whatever, acid shit, right? Then he becomes crazy and he's the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
But right here, you see like what you and I were talked
That's
about.
my question,
He
too.
seems like he's already fallen into that shit and he's already fucked up. But what'd you say? The director?
director
The
said
director
he's
says
not
he's not
Joker
Joker yet. So I wonder what's that breaking point that's gonna make him the Joker.
Yeah.
Probably the-
I mean, he's already in Arkham Asylum. What the fuck else is he gonna, like?
So it's gonna be
that's
interesting.
my-
I like
that's why
to see it.
Brought up the question, like,
But-
why is he there and who put him there?
Mm-hmm.
But
So
I don't know.
right.
Your turn.
But
Whatever.
bro, come on, dog. If I said this man my Batman, you already know this is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, bro.
I respect
I
all
fucking
your
love
guys'
this movie.
decision, man.
I fucking love this movie, bro.
I
And-
respect y'all rating.
And another thing about it, right, is since there's like a decent amount of us, and obviously Heat Vision, there's not gonna be Danny, you won't be with us majority of the time,
Yeah.
and like which is it's okay, and maybe even Alvarado. So I guess the main people would probably be me, Javi, and Mario. And my thing is, since we could all have different ratings. You know what I mean? It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So my thing is, do we? And this is crazy because we're talking about it in the mid podcast. Do we like? What do we do? How do we just have one rating overall, or what the fuck?
No,
Like,
individual.
Just individual
Because
ratings.
then what if we disagree?
Yeah.
Then we're just gonna fight over like.
Okay,
what
yeah, you're
rating's
right. You're
better.
right. Okay, yeah, we just do
So
that.
Mario, 10 out of 10. Me, 10 out of 10.
Me, 10 out of 10.
You say
bro.
10 out of 10.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
He
bro.
said
I'm-
8 out of 10.
I'm giving
Beat the
that
fuck out of
movie
him.
a
I'm
9.5,
vengeance,
bro.
motherfucker.
Huh?
I'm giving that shit a 9.5.
Oh, I
Wow,
thought he said
9.
They said
9 and an owl.
half out of 10. I was like,
What?
what?
No.
Oh, I thought
I'ma be
I heard
real-
owl for
I'm
some
gonna be real
reason.
with y'all.
What the fuck?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I'm gonna be real with y'all. The reason why
9.5?
Yeah,
Fuck.
bro.
Well,
Only-
okay, what was it? What was that took off that half? What
I'm
was
gonna be
it?
honest with you is I know because a lot of people say
He's a
that
hater.
the beginning that the beginning and the near the end are the only times where we see Batman truly fight, and it's true. And I'm on board with those people.
I understand.
I would have liked to see a little bit more combat,
understand.
but
this
then
is
again,
him showing the detective
hold on,
side.
hold
him
on.
being
But
Batman.
then
Alright.
again, I know it all goes back to the villain because this villain was a villain who
Okay.
fucking played minds and tricks games
Okay.
on him. And showed his detective side. It wasn't no action villain. It was like, all right, motherfucker, come at me, bro. I'll bust you up. I understand it was. That's why I give it a 9.5.
Okay.
I respect
But if it was like a character like Bane or fucking somebody else who Batman would actually scrap with, it would be a 10 out of 10.
Okay. Well.
That's the only reason why.
All right. So I guess to recap, Mario 10 out of 10, Javi 10 out of 10, mine is 10 out of 10. Danny's
9.5.
is 9.5. And with that being
only
said,
because Spider-Man No Way Home is my 10 out of 10.
nah.
I prefer Batman over
Me
Spider-Man.
too. I do
care.
too.
Two
And-
different
hey,
universes,
and
two
we-
different companies. I
hey,
don't give a fuck.
Listen, we got to review the Spider-Man as well. We got to review that.
Oh, yeah.
But
I'm down.
but yeah, with that being said, guys, thank y'all so much for listening. I know that this first episode's not gonna, it's kind of out of order and out of place, and but I promise in future episodes we're gonna be
More organized.
more organized.
We'll
and-
try not to go off on a lot of tangents.
Yeah, we'll do our best. This is just our first episode. So
Bear with us.
thank you guys so much for listening. I was gonna say watching. Thank you guys so much for listening. Remember, don't let your past haunt you. Take care, everyone.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.
See you.